right-hand corner of OBS. So hit
Yeah,
apply.
the only way you
just
could do like
that
a
there,
joint
and
live
then
stream is
click
through
OK.
Hangouts.
Now, once you've done that, you basically
That I
have
can think of.
OBS and you have YouTube chatting with each other, which will allow you to live stream. Now, as far as setting up OBS, I have a separate tutorial showing you how to do that. I'll put that in the annotations in the corner of this video. It's like a 20-some-odd minute video showing you basically how to set up OBS and get it to look the best that it can be. I also have other tutorials showing you how to basically get the most from your audio on live streams, how to get your chat box on the live stream. I've got a ton of OBS tutorials. That's not what this video is for today. This is just to show you
Zack,
how to get started streaming on YouTube utilizing OBS.
Huh?
So once you have that set up, if you hit start stream.
Oh, let me see. Let's see. Ooh, I think I got a notification. Yeah, let's see.
Ah, I think I beat it. Can you see?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm gonna turn off that audio before there's echo.
Is it working? Are we live?
I think.
Oh wait, we are.
So what I probably should do is like switch between this screen and my PowerPoint, right?
Yeah, I think you should be able to. Try it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I have this screen and then I can show my PowerPoint here.
Yeah. I think there's a way to set it up so that, well, no, I don't really like it when it's like, oh, when someone's talking, the camera automatically switches to that. I'm not a big fan of that.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, I can do this. Awesome. Okay.
There we go. Look at it.
And we're live. Okay, so maybe I should do it again. No, we're doing it now. I'm not starting another stream.
I gotta close this one. Open another one. Do it.
Okay, welcome everyone. And sorry for the awkward intro, but this is the live that we're doing.
I tried to do it on my phone. So far, unable to do so. I think if I were to do it, I think maybe on Facebook. I think that's a way to do it. But I don't want to use Facebook. I want to leave Facebook.
Yeah, we're not using Facebook. We're using OBS. Yay. Okay. And this was not the way this was planned because Zack was supposed to host everything.
I was supposed to do it. my tech setup isn't as advanced yet.
Okay, so
so let me. So are we gonna start a new live stream, or is this fine? Or
I think this is fine, right?
Right. Okay. Let me share this live stream on my channel.
Right. Share it.
Let me see. Let me pause. Let me share.
My screen is like the weird infinity setup.
Create post.
Is this public?
Let's see.
It is public, right? Because you were able to see it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, let me just change the thumbnail to a nice concept, at least. I have 6 people watching, I think. Oh yeah, I didn't. No, this is the weird thing. I'm not, okay, I think I can do this right from my phone.
I see people chatting on there.
Because I'm like, where do I have the chat? Here. Hello. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see Floor, Hermit of the Moon, Amber Moon Priestess. Thank you for joining. This was like the first time we're doing this, and we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna do step 1, step 2, it's gonna work. And then that didn't work, and then options 3, 4, 5 also failed. And this is like, I don't know, option 10, but it works. There we go.
It works. It works. That's all that matters.
So yeah, welcome everyone.
No, I posted it on my channel, so
Good, good, good.
should we post it on Facebook? Here.
Yeah. I saw an option to... Oh, okay, full screen. Yeah, I think that will be better. And then I'm just gonna share here. And then I don't know what to do. I mean, I share
Ah.
this, but then I need to obviously...
I mean, on the Hangouts, I can see your PowerPoint. You know, I'm not looking at the live stream right now. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, but then I should do... Like, give me a sec.
Let's see. I'm gonna share this on For Love of Cards.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
trying to figure it
see.
out. No, you know what? I'm
What's
gonna be
this? Here we
switching
go.
between the Hangouts and my PowerPoint. And then I have chat here on my phone. Glad we didn't give up. Thank you, Amber Moon. We didn't give up. And we actually, I was telling other people that we were gonna be live at 6 p.m. Zack's time, 9 p.m. my time. So actually we made it a little earlier. We made it on time. I didn't finish eating, Zack, but whatever, right?
I mean, if you need to eat, finish eating.
No, that was just a snack. Okay. So, ta-da-da. So our topic today, as you already saw, is anti-haul. Yay! So as I put there, I don't like it shows the. I'm gonna fix
Yeah, I don't have a PowerPoint. You're way more ahead on on this video response than I am. I just have a list on a paper.
So Zack has a list. I actually created a PowerPoint now for this anti-haul, which
And I'll get ready for this tarot TED talk. That should have been the title of this live stream.
Which is decks you don't like, didn't buy, or move on from. I'm hoping this is not like a super dislike video because I think we're gonna go a little bit hard against decks we don't like. No, but it's just like, I think, right, Zack, like you and I were trying to do this, especially because there's always like, oh, I still like this deck, and I like that other deck, and it's always like, and it seems like we're missing, no, the other part, like, what about the decks that you don't like? Right?
Yeah, Yeah, it's like, there has to be a balance.
Exactly, balance. We like balance. So that's what we're trying to do.
For every... Yeah. Hold on, I'm popping out chat here so I can keep up with everyone.
Yes, please.
Yeah, here we go. Top chat going to live chat. There we go. So I'm watching the live chat here. Let me go here like that. Let me go out. And okay. Okay, I still need to post. I still need to share it to the Facebook groups that I'm on.
No, it's fine, do that. So while you do that, I can go with my first deck that I don't like. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So, well, actually, before I have a deck, I have something a little bit about myself, to be a little selfish. So, I do have, like, a certain aesthetic. I think we all do, you know? We all have our own aesthetic. And there are two things that I really don't like. Remember that phrase like, well, it's difficult to say what you like, but it's actually easy to say what you don't like. So what I really don't like is anthropomorphism. I never can say this word like in the first go. Anthropomorphism, which is human traits, no, for non-human entities. And I have here the little panda that has clothes on. And it just looks so weird to me, like, I know many people like it, and I'm fine in cartoons and stuff like that, but just not in decks. Not in artwork that I like to keep for myself. So that's one big no-no for me. I do have, I think, one deck that has one card with anthropomorphism. I never anthropomorphism, but that's like the only exception, and I'm tempted to remove the card because it's an oracle, so whatever. And okay, and the other thing that I really really don't like, and this is actually a lot of people do like it because it's very very common. It's what it's called the uncanny valley effect, and credit to Zack because I was telling Zack like, Zack, I don't like this, and he's like, oh, that's the uncanny valley effect. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So
well, it's more like I don't know, like it really wouldn't apply to like you like one of the decks I'm sure is on this on this slideshow. It would be like the pre-Raphaelite tarot. You can tell they're not people, but they're still people. It's supposed to be like super super realistic human looking things.
exactly.
But or like you're like, is that real? Is that a real person or is that CGI or what's going on there? That's kind of the idea of the uncanny valley.
It's almost like a photograph, right? So photographs are that because there are real people.
Sort of. Think of it like that movie Looper, where you see oh my gosh, what's his name? Where it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis, yes.
Yeah, where you see like Joseph Gordon-Levitt like CGI'd into like to look sort of like Bruce Willis, you know?
Right. So yeah, that's the uncanny valley effect that I also don't like. No, so basically index is like, if they did it a photograph, it's very likely that I won't be drawn to it, or if the paint is like super close to human life resemblance, it's like no. Okay,
Yeah.
so that brings me click to my first I don't like this Baba Studio decks.
The drama.
Just like in general, because I wasn't gonna stop and talk about each one of them, but most of them are based on real photographs. So that's what I was saying. Like they actually went and photographed people, and you can see real people in your deck, which is super cool for the people that like that. And I do admit that Baba Studios has an incredible quality. That's expensive, of course, but I think they do put the work now into the decks.
Oh, they
not my
put
style.
way too much work, honestly, sometimes.
And this is what I wanted to do this with Zack, no? Because Zack, you actually have a lot of these decks.
Yeah.
Victorian Romantic, right? One of many favorites.
Oh, honey. I have two.
Okay. And you also order, no, the Mythical Creatures, which is being reprinted, right?
Yeah, I have that pre-ordered. I think the one that you probably won't like the most is the Bohemian Gothic.
Right, Bohemian Gothic.
Like that I can see. That I can see with the, uncanny valley effect going on there.
But I do have to admit that I've been very very close to buying a deck just because the card quality. Everyone says like you can shuffle these decks like a dream, and I'm like,
oh,
I want to shuffle them.
it's like nothing you've ever experienced. Like no card stock. I've never experienced a card stock similar to Baba Studios. I don't know what they use. I don't know what they do.
But they do it right.
Whatever they're doing, they do it right.
But I think
Yeah.
we actually have a common interest here, or like a common uninterest here, which is the Alice deck.
Oh yeah, the Alice Tarot. Yeah, that's for a different reason. But again, here's the thing that I didn't know about this about the Alice Tarot. But they handmade those costumes that they're wearing. They all made those costumes.
Yeah.
Like those are actual costumes that they made.
Yeah, it's photographed.
Yeah, and they photograph it and then they Photoshop it together into the image that they want it to be. And that's dedication.
Yeah. And it's not the only deck. I think they did it for, I guess, Bohemian Gothic as well.
I'm not sure. I think with Bohemian Gothic, they might have with Bohemian Gothic. I think they got old photographs as well with Bohemian Gothic.
Yeah.
I think, and then they photoshopped that. You know.
Right. So, and I think that there are like a couple more decks that actually I don't have any Vava Studios deck right now, like with me, because I do
Yeah.
have like a minor disclosure there, but I think I'm gonna keep it. And the Fairy Tale Tarot, no, which is out of print, but I feel like I constantly hear that everyone is like, oh, it's like so beautiful, and I actually look through it and I'm like, nah, not my thing. And I'm glad it's not, because it's like super expensive to get one, if you can even get it. So no.
Oh, it's like it's really difficult to get. Like they reprinted it, but it was only like a very small amount. Like, yeah, like, but no.
Okay. So
But that I think because a lot of these are from pre-existing artwork or they don't really do hand drawn. I wouldn't say mostly Photoshop. But Mythical Creatures is different because they worked with an artist to hand draw those uh, those tarot cards. They're hand drawn, unlike the other tarot cards that they have.
right. So I'm catching up with chat as well. No, so they're asking if it really is like a different card stock. I think so, no? From what I've heard, because I actually don't have like many decks from a lot of publishers. But what I've heard is like it's very unique, very different, and they keep like improving it. I haven't heard anyone disliking Vava Studios cardstock.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm reading the chat now too. I'm catching up. Hello, Slip the Trap. And it's like he said like they don't offer the GSM details. Yeah, I'm not sure. They don't give away much info, probably because I don't know. I don't know why.
Why? Because what?
I don't know.
Anyone is gonna
I
steal
don't
it?
know.
Come on.
Probably it's either first that comes to mind is they don't want people stealing their designs,
But it's just the description, like
Or-
this 350
or- I don't. Yeah, they don't really say. Some tarot creators will. I'm sure if we private message, the creators of Helm or someone has. I don't know. Has anyone even bothered to ask them like, hey, what's your GSM? Like, because it's like they do describe like, oh, it has a carbon core, it's this and that. It's like I don't know. Because the cardstock that you use today is very different than what they used a few years ago, and I think they also use they probably I want to say that they use their own printers. I thought that's what they would do.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think they use their own print, like, because they're a really small group. But if you read the description on like the Mythical Creatures, they say that it sounds like they use a different printer, like a different company that's in Europe that they work closely with, and but they're very like close to inspecting the decks. Like, I've never heard of anyone that is disappointed with their quality, like missing cards or damaged boxes, from what I hear.
Okay. Chris actually says that he has asked them and they didn't answer. So, some tea there.
T. They're busy shipping. Sure.
So, what about you, Zack? What is your number one anti-haul deck?
Okay, so
Well, not number one, just like the first one you're gonna share. These are
I'm
in
gonna
no
go all over
particular
the place. I'm gonna go all over the place. So I'm gonna start with tarot decks that are too sexy. You know what I mean? They're sex focused.
Oh, too.
You know?
But not sexy, like sexual.
Well,
Because there is sexy.
I
and
guess
there is
yeah,
sexual.
sexual decks, like, sex focused deck. Like there are some exceptions. Like there's one called the Femme Erotic,
Right.
Erotiques or something. It's like a French title. That one seems like much more like giving a much more power, feminist power, application to, to women in that tarot. I get that. I'm talking about like there's there's one on Make Playing Cards, I think, and it's the Saint Jinx Tarot. I think that's what it's called.
Oh
And it has
yes.
like a bunch of muscly men, and they're all like,
But like creepy.
it's like, and let me tell you, they're attractive. I don't hate what I'm looking at, but I couldn't use it in a reading. I'd be too distracted.
What about there is this like Italian one? What is it called? Mm,
Yeah, it's like is it like a Marseille type deck,
it
right?
has like astrology and stuff. It's like it starts with M, I think.
Mm,
Mm,
no, I don't know, but I think you got the point.
what is it called? It's like anyone on chat knows. Like there's a what is it called?
Do you know? Is it mass produced or is it independently published?
It's by Los Caraveo.
Those got a bit. Oh, the
Manara, yes.
Manara,
Manara.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I actually didn't mind that one that much because
yeah. I think
sometimes you get sexual questions in readings. So I thought that one was.
yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't use a deck. The tarot can itself represent, you know, that sexual stuff. It has like it can do sexual innuendos if you want to say that. It can talk about sex. I just feel like the imagery is almost pornographic, almost. You know what I mean?
Well, it is kind of pornographic.
But let me see I've seen the Manara around.
Yeah. No, I remember because a couple of friends have it. And I think I
Let me
thought that
see.
wasn't so bad.
Yeah, you see, like it's not. This one isn't too bad. Let me see. Let me go to images.
This is when you share something, Zack.
Oh yeah. Let me get a link here. Let me see. No, where am I? Where am I? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Let me go to all. Let me get it on.
Whose hand was
Let me
this?
see. Amazon. Let's do Amazon for the Manara Tarot. And then there's also Tarot of the Sexual Magic. There's the Decameron Tarot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Eclectic probably has now a good list for sexual decks.
yeah, I mean, I think there's also a Kama Sutra deck. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
No, Kama
Uh,
Sutra. I think. Is this a 24-hour chat?
I mean, for as
No.
long as we've been trying to go live, it might as well be.
No. It's not a 24-hour chat. I think it's like hour and a half, maybe two. Maybe just 1 hour. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't go too long.
I need to do my nails. This is. Actually, since I actually prepared the PowerPoint, that's what I'm gonna be sharing because I put like a lot of images and everything there. Because I was like, so I'm usually only sharing my hands and the cards, but in an empty hole, because you obviously don't have these decks, what are you gonna share?
Yeah.
Second
Should I
thing,
link Baba Studios as well?
yeah, you can share the ones that I don't like that you have. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways,
yeah,
moving on.
anyways, yeah. What's your next deck? I have a long list, especially of like a list of like specific decks I won't buy. But anyways,
Oh.
go on.
I'm gonna talk about specific decks. So this is my first specific deck. So this is the Wizard's Tarot.
Oh,
Or in
everybody's
Spanish.
everybody's dying to get their hands on that now because it's out of print.
Oh, I can get you a copy in Spanish if anyone wants one. It's like El Tarot de los Magos.
But I can't read Spanish.
I actually put the Spanish and the English version. The only card that I like is the star, because I think that's it's a card. I like this card, and I actually was googling the image, and I think the creator, but not John, just like the other, like the woman, actually has this in a book, like for astrology and such, and she's
Yeah,
using this image.
Corinne Kenner, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
have the book.
Right. So any other image, it's like, I don't know what people see in those. Sorry. I'm sorry for all the people that do like it.
That's one, yeah, I should throw that one on my list too. It's like there's images that, like, I'll see images of it on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, what deck is that? That looks so interesting. And then I see it's the Wizard's Tarot, and I'm like, oh. Because, like, I've seen images I don't like. It doesn't... They're ugly.
Well, we need to clarify that this is only in our opinion, and we absolutely respect everyone who likes the decks that we don't like.
Totally. Right? If these decks, if you use them and they give you amazing readings and you work with them and they work for you, don't let us stop you from using them.
Yes. And this is what I like. No, we have so many tarot decks right now that we can choose, like, really, really close to our personal preference.
Yeah, we can customize.
So, hey everyone. So, how do we say your name?
Aquaricorn, I think is his name. On the Cusp Tarot.
Yes. So do let me know, Dee, because Dee was like, yeah, I've been thinking this one and the Fairy Tale Tarot, no, by Lisa Hunt, that is also available in Spanish. I hear people know that want to get it in Spanish just because it's available in that language.
I don't even think it's available in Spanish anymore, or do you see it all the time where you live in Mexico?
Not all the time, but I've seen it, the Fairy Tale Tarot. El Tarot de los Cuentos de Hadas.
Yeah.
That actually sounded very Spanish from Spain. I don't know what Spanish I'm talking about. So that was the Wizard's Tarot for me. What about you, Zack?
I would say maybe what's the next deck? I guess let me throw on there. Here's one that let's go with Game of Thrones Tarot.
Oh yeah, I didn't add it, but I also don't like it.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not because of the imagery. It's not because of like how they look. I think it's well drawn. I think it looks nice. I like the art. I just don't like how it doesn't use as many characters as it can, because Game of Thrones is full of so many characters, and instead they only picked like 5. There's probably like 10, but still, it's like there's characters that come up in different cards all the time. I'm like, no. Show me different characters. Show me the whole scope of characters in Game of Thrones.
Show me the money, baby. It's like you have thousands of characters in this epic story, and you're sticking with like top 10 or top 20, and it's like, really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely more of a fan tarot deck.
Yeah, and it also has like the uncanny valley effect in some of those. Like I remember Daenerys, like the Empress card, I think that was very uncanny valley, and I'm like, no, not.
Yeah, because they just drew over the video, the screenshot of like the show, you know.
Yeah.
Another thing that I don't like about that deck is that it uses Rider-Waite Smith, but then it randomly throws in Marseille in there.
Why not?
Which I'm like, what are you doing with the Two of Cups? That's kind of lazy, you know? I think maybe because they couldn't pick, like, because there's so many, like, couples in Game of Thrones, like, who do you pick for the Two of Cups? But it's like Two of Cups isn't really necessarily about romantic couples or marriages or anything like that. It could also be, like, friendship and pacts and promises.
Right. So
but anyways.
Dee, for example, say, that she has this deck, and she also doesn't like, that they repeated characters. Yeah, that felt like really lazy, especially with a deck that had so much potential, no? Especially it came out when Game of Thrones was in its peak. So it could be a very, very popular deck, and I think it actually died very, very fast No, that I don't even see it anymore. Like anyone talking about it.
Yeah, that season finale just ruined everything.
No, no, no. Let's be honest. The tarot deck was dead before that. Just kidding.
Oh my
Just kidding.
god. Okay.
Sorry, D.
Okay.
Sorry.
Um,
Uh,
next deck
next,
for you?
next deck for me. I'm keeping in topic here with the Sorcerer's Tarot. No, which
Huh,
is
hold on. I gotta get a good look at this. Okay, so again, the anthropomorphic kind of look.
well, this is not so much anthropomorphic. This is actually based sort of in the Arthurian tale.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
you can
okay,
see
okay,
sort of
okay.
Merlin here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so this deck and the past one is actually a deck that I've gotten this for friends. No, because I get
Uh-huh.
like, I don't know, shipping and all that discount. So they ask me like, oh, can you get me this deck? And I'm like, sure. And then I look at it, I'm like, I really don't like it, but I'm so glad that they do. and and I don't know, there's something about I don't know, just I mean the artwork. There's something just little that it seems a little off to me. No, even
I
about
mean,
Merlin.
from what I can see on my phone screen, I don't hate it. I like that owl. I love a barn owl. Barn owls are just sickening, but
Check it out, Zack.
but
You might like it.
I've never heard of this deck, but it kind of I think the same artist is the same artist uh as the as the Teramuka, I think.
No, I don't think so.
The art
I mean, the
style looks
Muka Taro is by
familiar.
Muka, actually, right?
Muka? Is it Muka or is it Musha? I always
No,
heard it as like
Muka.
Muha or Musha or something like that.
It would be Muka
From,
because it's
from
Italian.
yeah, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Muka? How do you pronounce the artist's name? Because it's an
Muka.
artist. It's named after the artist. Muka, right?
Muka, yeah.
Hard C. Yeah, silent H, hard C.
But that's how I say it, unless anyone here knows differently. Gandalf.
Look, he's kind of giving me more like Sauron or Saruman.
Sauron. No, Sauron. Saruman.
Saruman, right?
Saruman, yeah.
Not the burning eye, but the white wizard.
Yeah, it's actually supposed to be Merlin, and it's just like Arthurian influence.
Oh, look at that. Amber Moon Priestess is spilling the tea. He's Czech.
I mean, I actually have a spare copy because I think it's not available in the Amazon US, but it's available in Amazon UK. So it took forever to get here, and I actually had to write to the seller, and they were like, "Oh, we're sorry, it didn't arrive." So they sent another one, and then both of them arrived. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Now I have to." And I was like, "I'm willing to buy another thing, no, and don't send me anything just to pay for the extra deck." And they were like super kind and said like, "No, don't worry about it. Just for the delay, just keep the extra deck." That was really nice from them.
Ah.
Yeah, and I actually felt a little bad, but I mean, it took forever. It took like over like 3 months, more than 3 months to get. So I was like, I don't know
Oh
what's going
wow. I
on.
mean, that's from what I've heard from like your experiences with, not only is it coming from overseas, but also it's going through, shipping mail delivery system in Mexico, like which from what I've heard is horrible for you.
Yeah. Oh, Amber is saying that the creator of this is actually Czech.
Oh, the Sorcerer's Tarot, not the
Yeah, no,
artist,
because
right?
Muka is Italian, right?
Right?
I think
Right?
so. I don't know.
We have the world's information at our fingertips.
Zach, you can Google it.
Uh and yet we don't utilize it.
Yeah. Well, I'll Google it
Let me
and
see.
switching back to you.
Alphonse Alphonse Maria Mucha. Um let's see. Oh, he was Czech.
He died? Well, I guess.
Yeah, he died in 1939.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alphonse. He didn't actually. I'm not sure. I think they got like his old artwork, and they used it in this deck.
Ah, so a recreation.
Yeah, or they drew some of the cards inspired by his artwork and tried to keep as close to similar to his art style as they could.
Yeah, for the Art Nouveau. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Amber Moon, for clarifying that he is Czech, not Italian. Then I don't know how you pronounce his name.
Yeah, I always thought it was Italian too.
May he rest in peace, and it's not like cringing in his grave. Sorry,
No.
sorry, Muka creator.
Yeah, I mean,
I
people
should,
love the Art Nouveau art style.
yeah, I should
It's
add
very
that.
beautiful.
I actually don't like that one. I don't like his deck. It's not that I really dislike it, but it's like, no.
It's yeah. It's always been one on my list on my wish list, but I just never got it. Never liked it, I guess, or I never liked it enough to actually add it into my cart when I buy like a few decks from Amazon or something, you know?
Right. I actually bought it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, so I sold it. I moved
Yeah.
past
Next
Next,
deck
yours.
then,
It's yours.
right?
Hmm?
Right, mine. Okay, yeah. Uh, let's see. Let's go with. Okay, this one could actually. This kind of quick mention. Not going to go too much into it. This isn't the actual like one that I'm talking about, but Gaian Tarot kind of gives me that uncanny valley kind of look.
Oh
It
yeah.
also falls into the main kind of idea. Actually, I should talk about it. Is the awkwardly modern tarot decks. So pretty much a deck. This is actually a perfect example here. Like where you have a deck that shows a lot of like ancient type of things going on, really old-fashioned type of look to it. So like here we have the ancestral path, and you see like a lot of like ancient from like Japan and from Egypt, Europe, and other places as well. But then you'll suddenly have this one card. I don't think there's any other cards, but this is the one card that I'm like, why is this here? And it's the Fool card, and it's a tarot reader, and it's like I get it, but it doesn't vibe with the rest of the aesthetic of the deck. It's so, of course, here it is. Yeah, it's so disjointed from the whole thing. Like, like look at that. She's so much more modern than the rest of it. So I guess the idea is like, oh, modern readers using this deck to look into the past, but it doesn't mix well. I don't have any other ones to show, but I think Ancestral Path is the only exception to that. I think the Tao Oracle is another one where you have a woman in like a modern day wedding dress. You have someone like running a marathon in very modern looking, workout gear. And so but you have like all these other like Asian type of aesthetics going on throughout the rest of the deck that doesn't really match up with everything else. So yeah, I'm trying to think of like any other decks that I have that would kind of match with that, but none come to mind.
Yeah, and I totally get what you say on that card on the Fool. But the thing that I do like is like the mirror effect now that she's holding the card and she is in the card.
Oh yeah.
I do like
Oh, that's
that
weird. Yeah.
play
Yeah.
because I actually think, and when I was actually taking like formally learning tarot, I took a course and my teacher would say like the cards are a mirror, so you literally have to look yourself into the cards. No, so that actually card like the double, like the image repetition, no, in this infinite mirror effect, I think is actually very accurate. No, like you are depicted. No, you are the fool starting this journey, right? The hero's journey or the fool's journey into tarot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's a concept that it's you have Mary Kay Greer's book, Tarot Mirrors. I think that's one of them. But yeah, I don't have that book, but I want it.
Okay, so that was your mention, no? The Gaian tarot. Maybe you should
Yeah,
share
that
the
one is
list.
that one's like modern new age people in it that I find cringy. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember like the lovers, like they're like hippie, and I really don't like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's like other cards in it that I'm like, oh, what is that deck? And again, I see that it's the guy in Terra, and I just like, oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, and it happens, no? Many times you are like, well, I don't know, it gets a different percentage, but sometimes you are like, I so love this deck, but there is like one or two cards that you are like, oh, but these two cards are like, no. But
Yeah,
sometimes it's the other way around, no? That you don't like a deck except one or two cards. So then it makes sense that you don't have the deck because you don't like 76 cards.
yeah. Like for me, a lot of people, I hear a lot of people will buy a deck because they're like, oh, I just really love that one card in that deck. But I can't do that. If I don't like the majority of the cards, but there's that one card I like, I won't get it. Or if there's a blend of like 50 cards I don't like, 50 cards I like, I won't get it. But if there's a lot of the cards that I like and that one card I dislike, I'll get it. I can deal with that one card I don't like.
And I think that makes sense now to have a majority of cards that you do like, because
Yeah, like
you're not working for the with the full deck.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Like another full card. I guess I don't really like full cards, but here's one. Here's one again. Uncanny Valley. Let me just look at him.
Sad.
Look at him, Lucy. He's a mirror. That is you. Just kidding.
I really don't like that full either.
I don't really. I like, and he's like plastered right on the cover of the box. But this deck, I love this deck though.
And this
You
is
know,
the intuitive tarot, yes. By
Yeah, she should have used like, I don't know, any other card.
The High Priestess.
Yeah, or let's see, or like Judgment. Look at that. Like any like you see people rarely post the Judgment card as like advertising, or like look at that Temperance. I think Temperance might have been one of the cards that she used for the cover in the very first edition.
Yeah, Temperance is quite beautiful.
The Magician. Look at that. Let's see here. Let me find that High Priestess. Because, yeah. Or the world, you know?
Yeah, the world.
Let me see here. Where is she? Here she is. Yeah, look at her.
I actually don't like her that much.
Is it the eyes again?
No, it's the proportion of the face to the body. It's actually that.
Yeah, her neck's a little thick.
But again, right? We need I all for body acceptance. So there you go, a High Priestess with a thick neck.
There we go. Yeah.
Also,
hashtag thick necked High Priestess.
also now that you were showing specific cards, and I think these have been mentioned, no, in many other like questions and stuff like that. No, like top 5 questions. But if you have make or break cards, no, sometimes. For example, your cards, for example, for me, High Priestess and the Moon are very important, no? As you can see that there's like the composition of my channel name, no? The Moon and the High Priestess, ergo Moon Priestess. So those two cards are really important for me. If I don't like them, even though I like most of the other cards, I probably won't get the deck. No, because I need to connect to the High Priestess and I need to connect to the Moon. So do you have those like make or break specific cards, Zack?
No. I mean, I'm not like that. It's more like, but again, like I said, if there's still like, okay, if there are like, I really like when a deck shows me a card that I kind of like overlooked or really wasn't that interested in, but then eventually like they show it in a new and interesting way that's like, oh wow, that's fantastic how they showed like, you know, sort of like the Emperor in the Marielle, you know.
Right. Yeah, many people
but,
like that Emperor.
Yeah, a lot of people love that Emperor, but the Hierophant. But if I don't like, again, yeah, I may like it, but if the rest of the deck is ugly and I don't like it, and I don't like the rest of the deck, I'm not going to buy it.
Okay, so you
Even
definitely
even
go for
even with that
majority.
amazing one card that I still won't buy it because
No,
I won't use it.
just get that postcard. That's it.
Yeah, I'll just take it. I'll just get it as a print.
Exactly. Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next I have Indiegogo, and this is not a deck, of course. This is a
And
platform like Kickstarter.
any decks from Indiegogo, you just know.
Yeah, I actually got, well, sort of. I actually ordered two decks from Indiegogo, same campaign.
and they didn't arrive.
One took forever to arrive. The other one hasn't, and they actually had to reship it. The deck that I got from there is Manuscript of Initiations, which I do like. Although people dislike and almost hate the cardstock because it's like super thin. I also
What deck? What decks were those?
it's Manuscript of Initiations.
Okay, I'm gonna look it
I
up.
can put it on chat. Manuscript of Initiations. This was Lisa's fault. Lisa from Supported Tarot, she was like so into this deck and she convinced me. and
Oh
I
yeah, this
and
$50
recently
on Etsy.
actually Tom Benjamin did a video on this one and he also really likes it. Someone gifted that deck to him. And he really likes it. And I think the artwork is different, it's beautiful. It's sort of like collage old style. And I actually don't mind the thin cardstock. I guess because I knew about it, so I didn't get disappointed.
Yeah, if you know ahead of
Yeah.
time, yeah, the disappointment really like ruins a deck.
Yeah, and actually the creators were really nice. They were responsive. I didn't have any problems with them. No, I told them like, hey, the other deck hasn't arrived, and they were willing to reship it, no cost to me. So they were like super nice and everything. It's just like working with Kickstarter, and I think I ordered like probably 11 decks from Kickstarter, and just these two from Indiegogo. Just like how the platform is presented really like threw me off Indiegogo. Like I didn't find the search being easy, or I didn't find like the information. It's sort of like
Yeah.
iffy because it doesn't require a minimum funding as Kickstarter. No, Kickstarter is like you get to the goal or the project doesn't go live. And in Indiegogo, it's like it can go, no? So actually, the creator explained like the thin cardstock, it's because he didn't get as much money as he was expecting to, so he had to sacrifice quality on the deck. And I totally understand that. But it's sort of like unfortunate, no? Like maybe in Kickstarter, he could actually relaunch the campaign and get all the money that he needed. Because many people were really, really upset about the cardstock. So that's what I put Indiegogo in general, and I don't know, sort of something about Indiegogo, it's like, I don't want to put my credit card details and stuff like that, but really...
It's sort of like it's like where you have Target, which a Kickstarter can equal like Target, where Indiegogo can equal Walmart here in America.
Yeah, we have Walmart here as well, in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And I actually go there all the time, Zack.
I mean, which, by the way, I go to both. I go to both Target and Walmart, but I've only ever done Kickstarter. I've never done Indiegogo. People say, oh, you can still get it. You can do that. I don't know. Indiegogo just doesn't look professional enough. I can see that, yeah. But it's not like I'll never buy from Indiegogo. No. I'm just more comfortable going to Kickstarter.
Yes, me too. I'm gonna ask in chat if there are any fans of Indiegogo. So
let's see. I think Slip the Trap will know. Like, let's see.
Chris can let us know.
Oh no! It says he says I have not done any Kickstarter nor Indiegogo.
Not pre-order. Like no, show me the deck and then you can receive my money. That's
you have to go to the deck creators that you can trust. So like Usi, I would trust them with a Kickstarter campaign because they've done many before.
Right.
Or who's another one? What's another one that I can trust? Majestic Earth Tarot was one that I really trusted because of the Tarot Delphi,
Yeah, the Hildelberg, no? What's her name? Hildeberg.
Here we go. J.D. Hildegard Hinkle.
Hildegard.
Yeah.
I actually trust most of them. I have heard of people scamming or sort of scamming through Kickstarter, but I've been lucky enough not to encounter any of those. So far so good for me. I mean, it takes forever to get me a deck because Mexico, and I keep complaining about this. Sorry, but I need to keep complaining about this so it gets better.
Vocalize.
Universe, please make Mexico shipping better. Because it takes too long.
Set it out there.
It's just, and it's not about the time, but it's sort of like unreliable feeling. Like, I don't know if it's gonna arrive or not. If maybe we can have shipping tracking that we sort of do, but it sort of doesn't work. If it could be that reliable, like, I wouldn't care that it took 3 months. If I can check, like, oh, okay, it's coming to me, it's still on schedule, then I don't have to worry about it. If I could get just like that security sense, it's not about the time, but it's about the reliability of the service and that the deck doesn't get damaged, right? Well, the package in general. So that was me about Indiegogo in general. So I actually stopped browsing. Well, I actually stopped browsing from a lot of sites, but that one in particular, it's like not my personal preference. Again, nothing against the creator of Manuscript of Initiations. They were actually super, super nice and very, very attentive and everything. Just to clarify.
Yeah.
No confusion there, please. So what about you, Zack?
What was
What's
that?
your next one?
So, what's the next one? Oh my gosh, some of these are kind of... Oh, did you guys hear that?
I sort of heard something weird.
Yeah, like a beep, right?
I don't know.
Let me see. It might be on my end. No, I don't see anything. It's weird. That was weird. Huh. Anyways.
Anyhow.
The universe knows we're getting messy here.
Well, my cards are meowing, but those are
It was like a beep. I heard it really loudly on my end. So it might have been like a notification for me, but I don't have anything like that. Weird. Anyways.
Yes.
Let's see. What was the next one? Okay. Dude, I don't know if we should talk about this one. I think they also go through Indiegogo, or no, I don't think so. No, they don't. Maybe Kickstarter? I don't even remember. Taromania.
Taromania. I don't remember that one.
I sent you that deck that they're coming out with right now. We won't talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that deck, but he made the Venetian Tarot, the Venice Tarot. He made the Money Tarot.
Which one?
What was the other one? Which he was?
Let's do this.
Oh, what other decks has he made? But I don't know. It's like something about his decks. Just a lot of people love his decks, and I hear very few complaints. But just something I just don't trust. I don't know why, and I'm not like super excited to get the decks that he puts out. I don't know what it is.
Like Taromania, the site, right?
Yes.
Etsy? It's an Etsy.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, he's on Etsy. Yeah.
Okay, I'm showing there because I want to show something in that screen. Taromania. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you showing me. Oh yes. Yeah, something feels iffy about it, but we won't go into there because that's another chat, people.
Yeah.
Right, that he has the Kabbalistic tarot, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, and you're like, I talked to you about this. I'm like, no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Like it was a private message.
It was like 2 days ago. Yeah, like this tarot of the magical correspondences and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's... I don't know. I know it's a lot of work to make a deck, so I don't want to talk too much shit. It's just personally, I just don't... I don't feel anything. Like, I don't feel eager to get his decks. I don't know why.
Yeah, he also has like a Kabbalistic, deck and stuff.
Yeah. He's had some like typos on his decks, and
Well, True
I
Black had a typo. Just
like
like
a very like a huge like his Kabbalistic displays on his cards were very confusing. It seems very lazy. Like he just got the associations and just put them on there, and he just got like read like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much research he's done. I don't want to say like it looks like he hasn't done that much research for his decks, but it just comes off that way to me. I don't know why, and I want to be like 100% sure before
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. And it's like, I feel like I can't really ask him that because it's kind of like, of course he's gonna say, oh, of course all my decks are well researched. Like, so easy to say like you can't really,
Right, and he has a Money Tarot, which I really, really disliked. And I didn't
Yeah,
add it because
that ten of Pentacles. Why?
I don't know.
The 10 of coins, the 10 of Pentacles. It's like it's Nazi money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. Because that's his family. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry, we're not trying to be offensive to anyone. Again, no? Just
Yeah. It's
FYI.
just
Nope.
again
Like,
our opinions. If you like
Yeah.
those decks, continue working with them. Just don't shove them in my face.
Okay, moving on. Another deck that I don't like. Oh, the last Unicorn Tarot. This one was like a funny story, I guess. I'm super, super, super mega fan of the last Unicorn movie. So this is based on a movie, animated movie.
I've never seen it.
Greg is like, I don't care about your story. Moving on.
But I know a lot of people love that movie, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll watch it one day.
One day.
I'll watch it soon. Maybe I'll watch it right after this.
Yeah, it's actually, it's like in Yes Movies or 1, 2, 3 movies or something like that. You can watch it.
Okay, I'll look for it.
I do have
Okay,
a
but
Blu-ray,
anyways,
of course.
yeah.
Anyhow, they decided to
back to
create
this.
a deck, and they actually went to I think the director or one of the creators of the movie, which he is like Peter Dinklage, I think. Well, the movie is based on a book, no? So I think they went to the author of the book, who is, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, Peter Dinklage, I think, Peter. And they worked with him, no? So he approved the deck and everything. And I actually, I was too late. This is one of the Kickstarter campaigns that took like 3 years or something. No, so people are like, I don't know if it's gonna happen at some point. People were like really upset. But the ones that stayed were like patiently, waiting for it. I think it started going out. But before it went out, this was when I was in the United States, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to have it, no? And I love it. And then they actually shared all the cards. And when they shared all the cards, I was really, really disappointed on the work. Because, again, it sort of fell into what I think Game of Thrones faults was, no? Like, well, this movie actually doesn't have a lot of characters, so I understand that there's a difficulty to pull from. But I felt like every image was like so repetitive, and I wasn't getting like, I don't know, like just like the entire story, that this tarot was telling me, it wasn't the one that I was expecting or liking or looking for. So I was like, I actually canceled my order, and they were fine with it. No, so this one, I was super excited because I adore the movie, the artwork. Well, even the artwork, like something was throwing me a little off. And it's very close to the movie, and it's approved by the creator and everything. It's just, I don't know, it didn't work. I didn't even have to have it in my hands and say like, not for me.
I think what it could be, and this could apply to the Game of Thrones tarot as well, is that I think a lot of people like want to force some of the themes of the show or the movie or the book or whatever into a Rider-Waite-Smith, and they want to have those depictions in each of the cards, rather than like where they could go to an approach like the Marseille or the Thoth, where you don't have to have those, characters doing stuff in in the tarot deck, reenacting those tarot scenes, but you can have those motifs and those designs and the aesthetic of the cartoon or the movie or whatever in the in the pip cards, just simply as pips.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I think I wouldn't mind that much. But then again, I guess Marseille's is starting to trend now more, but Rider Waite Smith has been so dominating, that almost, I guess, I would even dare to say like 90% of the decks are still, well, maybe not 90, 80% of the decks are still Rider Waite Smith based.
Yeah, definitely, like, no doubt about it.
So I'm glad that we're getting more Marcel options, because again, it's not, I don't have anything against Rider Waite Smith. I think Pixies and Wade and maybe Rider as well, they did an amazing thing, just creating tarot for the masses pretty much. But I want options. I want more options. I want balance.
Yeah, we've been there, done that. Show me something new.
Yes. Okay, moving on to one of yours, Zack.
All right, hold on. Let me first turn on my light here because it's getting dark here. Let's see. Like this. Plug this in here, and then turn this on.
And now Zack is going to do a magic trick for us.
There we go. Let there be light.
Plug it. Okay, we can see the cables.
What was that?
That you plug it, we can see the cables, the shadow.
Oh, my shadow or what?
The shadow, the cable shadow?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
But I just went.
Oh, Zack.
Deal with it, people. I'm just kidding. If it bothers anyone, I'll take it. I'll take off. Okay, no, it's actually bothering me now. I'm gonna unplug it. I'm unplugging. Ugh. You still have the earphones, but it's because I feel like I can hear Lucy better through the earphones.
Okay.
Okay, so next deck. This is a scandalous one. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna talk about it real quick, but I'm not gonna say every single one of these decks that fall into this category. I'm gonna say no to, because there are decks that I'm like, okay, I might get that one. Because I can think of like 3 at the top of my head, but I can't remember all their names. But that is, I wrote on here, most cat tarot decks.
Cat tarot decks.
I hate cats. And yet my channel name is called The Tigers Abyss. I like big cats, not tiny ones. But the exceptions to these are the Baba Studios Baroque Bohemian Cat Tarot, and there's 2 other ones. The Weird Cat Tarot, I'm like a little interested in, and there's another one. It's like much more softer colors. It was on Kickstarter. I can't remember what it's called.
Considerate Cat.
Yes, there we go. That's the one. The Considerate Cats Tarot. Those are like the only ones that I would contemplate getting. But other than that, I feel like it's just, again, pandering, because I feel like the demographic for tarot readers are a lot of people that like cats.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I
feel like. What's that?
No, I actually love cats. I have cats. I adore cats. But I agree. I don't like most of like white cats, black cats, pagan cats. All those decks I don't like because they do this, the anthropomorphism, and it's like, no.
Yeah, the Baroque Bohemian cats, that one's like super anthropomorphism. Like they're standing on their hind legs, they're wearing human clothing.
No, I cannot do it. You make less enemies, Zack, by saying I'm not a cat person. Chris says, as a recommendation for you instead of I hate cats.
Could you really sleep at night with a tiger in the room? I possibly could. Because you know what? The tiger isn't messy. It's not, yeah.
Sorry, my cats actually heard you and ran towards me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I'm kidding.
What? They're fine now.
But I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's not get too much into it.
Okay, but cat staring. No, I totally get it.
Yeah, it's like, well, I think this could go into another thing. I don't want to get the dog tarot. There's a mystical dog tarot coming out. I'm not interested in getting that one either.
Right, which goes into like one topic or one theme decks.
Yeah, there we go. There's like a parrot tarot or the crow tarot. Those are not really, you know,
Right.
it's not, it's lazy.
Restrictive. Let's call it's restrictive, no? Because you're
Yes.
down to one animal or one. Like you could have. Oh, for example, the unicorn tarot. I love unicorns. I don't like the unicorn tarot. I should add that. It's like too pinky and too Rider-Waite-Smith as well.
Yeah,
No,
it's like here. It's like Two of Wands, but instead of a person, a cat.
Yeah.
Like, okay, groundbreaking.
And there are exceptions, no? As you said, I think it's been popping in my feed, no? The weird cat tarot deck. And it feels like so playful and it has their own twist because it is actually interpreting the meanings in cats' actions. So I actually think that's interesting. And it's also what Considered Cat Tarot did, no? It's like, it's not just the Rider-Waite-Smith tower instead of just like replace people with cats. It's actually like, okay, sort of like in the cat world, what does it mean? And sort of like depicting it such, I think. And someone was saying that there was another cat tarot deck that is the tarot deck from the cat's perspective, and they didn't like that, but I don't remember the name, and I don't know if I did like it or not. I guess I didn't, because I cannot remember it. But some tarot that it's like from the cat's perspective. No, like if you were a cat and you were looking through their eyes. Which was interesting, at least, the concept.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Different. That's different. That is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want creativity, I guess is what we're saying.
Chris
So
is saying...
what's your...
Oh, sorry.
What's your next deck?
My next
What's
deck,
your next deck? I was going to say.
I'm sort of like trying to multitask, no? Like catch up with chat and everything. So...
Yeah.
Chris at Flip the Trap is saying, should all new decks only have silhouette images? No faces, expression, no perfect bodies, etc., etc. I think we want to go into this in the next topic, no? Into, well, I guess two different topics, which would be like inclusiveness and, well, it's just like one of them goes into the other, no? So you only have 78 cards. Can you include everyone?
Yeah.
And so it goes into representation, and then it goes into appropriation. But we think those topics are really, really complex and require their own specific lives or chats.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, it requires research and sources and examples, and we have to have our words in place because, it's messy. But I will say there are two decks, sort of like Stephen Bright's deck. I think that's what he's saying. But I also like this one, the Mesquite Tarot. But even then, you do have cards that are like they still show different. You know, they're not. Look at this. He's not thin. Where's my camera? There we go. He's not thin.
They wanted to show
you know. I'm like, here. He's not thin. You know, the camera's all off. Here, you don't actually see a person. You just see a hand. You know, but still, the Mesquite Tarot is a good example of this. But it still shows like. Here, the Three of Swords. I think this figure is kind of feminine, but that's just to my, personal view. Here, you don't see an actual person. You know, it's. I like this one.
It's very neutral.
Oh, this one. Yeah, there's different and like no one's actually this skin color, dark like maroon, wine red. No one's that skin color, but.
No, I totally agree. I know that she includes like different colors and such, and also
which I'm like
Circo Tarot,
but
that you like. Like
Yeah, the
different
circumstance.
people
Yeah. Anyway,
different
anyways,
color?
yeah. Let's not get too far into it because then we're gonna talk about
We'll do
representation,
another one with
inclusiveness.
neutral decks.
Yeah, we'll get into it in another video.
Right. Okay, another one I didn't like, and I actually adore animal decks, so this was like a huge exception for me. This was another Kickstarter that I actually backed and then canceled. I don't have a lot of those, but this one was the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle. So this actually has like a ton of extra cards and everything, and you can see some of the images are actually lovely. No, I mean the
Yeah.
collage
Let's see. Zoom into that card next to the what is that? A Pegasus unicorn? What is that?
Oh, the mermaid. Can I zoom?
No, the other one.
Oh, the Minotaur. I'll send you the image later.
What?
Uh,
Who is he?
a Minotaur. Okay, so, but I don't know, like, I love this hummingbird, no, and I think it was very beautiful, I guess well put together, but then something again was off, no, like, especially when she added this suit, like the mermaid and the Minotaur, I was like, yeah, I guess there are sort of animals, right? Half animals.
That wouldn't really match up, though. I mean,
But the Pegasus I really dislike, like,
yeah, it's like you have all these real world animals to work with.
and this is mythical.
Yeah. This ain't the Mythical Creatures Tarot. Make up your mind.
Well, she just add, I mean, these are expansion packs, so you could get it or not. And
Yeah, and
everything was extra
And it's an
cost.
oracle. It's an oracle, so you don't have to like use
Yeah.
the cards, but still.
Yeah, but still, something also feel like, well, these are like photographs and well put together, but it's sort of like I was missing some. I guess when the artist actually draws it, it has sort of a different energy than just the photographs.
Yeah.
And this started
Yeah.
to feel like very just photographic. I mean, very well put together. I mean, I don't dislike the artwork. I think it's very beautiful. But then it was missing some of the connection to the image that I'm looking for. Know that, yeah, sort of like I cannot get the connection through just like the photograph, and something wasn't working for me. So I was like, no, I'm gonna pass on that. And it's really hard for me to pass on animal decks because I adore animal decks, but this one was like a no for me. It was like, nope, not working. But
Yeah.
it's a pretty one. Okay.
Yeah, this one I think you showed me and I was like, meh, I'll pass on it.
You were like, no, fine, next one.
Yeah, which I guess you could make this the next one. I don't like photographic decks.
You don't like photographic decks in general, but you like some Baba Studio decks.
That's the thing. I don't like the Alistair. That one's like their most photographic. Their Tarot of Prague is sort of photographic, but it's more like architecture, statues, and images and paintings. There's not actual people being photographed in it. You know, Bohemian Gothic is the only exception, but even then they Photoshop it to a point to where it almost looks like, you know, some of them still look like photographs, but some of them could look like paintings. Like this one, I feel like could look like a painting.
Oh,
Or
wait,
drawing.
wait a sec. I just have to ask because I'm seeing like the image is very like pixelated. Is everyone like seeing the stream fine, or is there like a quality issue there? And Chris was also asking like something cost $29,000.
Let me see, let me check.
It's the Machine
Yeah,
Tarot.
each deck costs over $20,000
What? Which one?
for the Arc Oracle. It says right there. I think he's confusing the $29,000 limit, you know, to reach
Here?
it,
Oh no! I
to
guess-
unlock it. Yeah.
Yeah, like the final.
Let me see.
goal.
I'm looking at my thing. Oh, that's right. You're only so far you're streaming on 480. So yeah, it does look a little pixelated. So I'll try and show the best that I can here. Oh, did you cut off?
No, I actually connected the cable.
I
I
mean, like
don't-
your screen.
I
Your
don't
screen is
know.
all dark.
I don't know how to increase the quality. If Chris knows, because we're using OBS, sorry for the technical pause.
You see, that's not too bad.
I actually don't know how to do
Whoa!
it. Sorry for the mirror effect. Removing
Whoa!
it.
We're in the live stream and stuff.
Because I guess it says that something disconnected. Oh yeah, reconnected.
Yeah, are we good? I don't see your screen is all black, or is it just because you have it that way?
I don't know. Can you still hear us?
I can hear you.
Well, yeah, but we're on the call. People.
Oh right, all right, all right. Let me see. Let me see.
Yes, Zack, you can
Let me
hear
see. Give me a sec.
Oh, it's back. It's back. Okay, thank you. I guess when I did the switch, it got disconnected.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I hear you. I can hear you on the live stream.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's just showing mine, and your screen is black right now on my phone.
Right. It's fine, because I'm gonna switch just between the PowerPoint here and the other one.
All right. What was I?
Well, no, I guess, no, wait. I guess I should ask if you're actually seeing the screen.
For you? On the live stream?
No, your screen. Sorry.
My screen? I can see my screen, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Or wait, hold on. No, I'm looking at the live stream right now, and it's the Inception live stream.
Sorry, everyone,
Or
for the
wait,
technical
hold on.
difficulties. This is
Hold
the
on,
first
wait,
time we're doing this.
hold on. Never mind. It's or wait, hold on. What's going on here? I like my.
I'm playing with your minds. Sorry.
I'm. No, yeah, it's fine.
I think we're good.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Okay, so we
Live
were
streaming and then like looking
in
at.
photograph decks.
Okay. Photograph decks. I think the only ones that I have would be, what's that oracle that I have? The Universal Oracle, the Universal Mind Oracle, something like that. That's one that's like Photoshop. There's photography in there, but it's like but there's also the Moon Tarot or something. The Moon Child Tarot. There we go. The Star Child and the Moon Child. Those, it's like, I always look at it and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get it because they look interesting and they look nice and all that. But then I end up like not getting them in the end because I'm like, photography.
Yeah, many people like the Moon Child and the Star Child, and I actually don't. I don't dislike them that much, but it's just like, no. It's also very feminine, so it's like, that's another thing. No, like when it's all feminine or all masculine or all something, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, the lack of balance, and that's kind of integral to tarot. Like you have a balance to,
yeah,
the masculine and the feminine and the elements and all that.
Which is hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
No? We get into again
and
representation and
yeah.
Okay. So next one.
Okay.
See
anyways,
if you can see my screen.
Oh, honey, don't even show me.
Yeah. So the Goetia or Goetia Tarot in Darkness.
Go get that out of my face. I'm just kidding. I think we should both disclaim here. First of all, we don't like this person's artwork or art style.
His art style, yeah. This is kind of it's gonna bring me to the next deck as well. But this was actually...
I think I have that deck on my list as well.
Yeah, because we haven't said anyone, like we haven't coincide in one or the other, right?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
nope.
No, yeah. I mean, usually we're like, oh, you like this one, but I don't like this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, this is a Kickstarter by Los Carabeo, very very successful. Like it went through all stretch goals and beyond. This is about a demon oracle. No, a demon tarot. Sorry. And I'm not into demons, but I'm also not into angels. And I thought like, oh, because I got Venebal's deck, I thought that would be a good balance. And they were like showing about the sigils and everything. So I was like, oh, I want to know more about the sigils. No, sort of the little drawings you see here in the corners. But then and then they started like revealing more cards, and I was like, no, I really don't like it.
I I don't like it because one, I don't like the artist's art style. He's like I don't know. It's like an unrefined CGI image.
Yeah. So, so then I only have two canceled Kickstarters. So one was the Arc Tarot, which I just showed, and this is the other one. And the people in Los Carabel were like super nice. They were like, "Oh, hey, can we know why you cancel?" And I explained, like, "Hey, you were revealing more cards, and the artwork is not really my style." And they were like, "Oh, okay, thanks for letting us know." No, but I mean, because they have like a ton of customers, right? I thought that was like really nice from them. Like, hey, why did you cancel? Can we help you with something? No, and I remember the huge mess they had with the Visconti Madroni. Was it Visconti Madroni or?
No, the Visconti Madron, yeah, their reprint or whatever of that deck,
Yeah,
that was
that
a whole
they
mess.
yeah they had a lot of problems. No, like duplicated cards, damaged cards, missing cards,
A
and
lot of people, yeah, the which is a very old thing. Like I've only experienced that with like older decks, maybe, or
yeah.
where people get like double cards but they're missing a card.
Yeah, that was like a very, very faulty production, and a lot of people were upset, right?
Yeah, and it's like I think a lot of people still have yet to receive their replacement card. Some people, I think, I've seen on Facebook, a few people. But it's like I'm not sure if like Llewellyn could be able to help mediate with that. I don't think so because Llewellyn is the US distributor.
Right.
So because shipping from Italy or wherever Los Caraballo is located, it's really hard. It takes a long time to ship to America.
Yeah. Sleep the Tracks, Chris asked, wondering how long everyone has been collecting. I've been collecting it fairly recently. I mean, I keep a spreadsheet so far because I don't have that many decks. So in 2017, I only had like two, three, four maybe, and 2018 it exploded. So it's just like thankfully just recently 2018 2019 is the year. What about you, Zach? How long have you been collecting?
I think it was back in 2015, 2016, 2015, 2016, around there.
So like 4 years.
That's when when I started doing tarot is when I started collecting before I actually started learning tarot. So that's true tea right there on me.
Oh, Sleepy Tribe actually said Goetia equals conjuring demons. There we go for the
Yeah,
name. Thank you for clarifying.
yeah. It's a very golden. It's Golden Dawn. It's like derived from that and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know
very.
if any. Yeah, I don't think I don't know where else it would have probably come from. Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't think of anything that's like, oh, Goetia was first created by this, because I do know that uh what's his name, Dr. John Dee or whatever, he created the Enochian alphabet, but I'm not sure if that applies to the same as the Goetia, because I think the Goetia uses Hebrew letters and the Enochian alphabet is its own like made up angelic alphabet. But anyways, anyways, I
Anyways.
I don't I'm not big onto angel or demon decks either, particularly demon decks. I still think, there's I don't know, that's another topic to save for when I'm better, like I have the right words in my mind.
Yeah.
But I do think, like, a lot of angel decks are like they undermine what angels can be, you know like they're very like, oh, they're just people with wings on them and they wear white and they look human. I'm like, no, honey, they're supposed to be, warrior creatures from, you know, that we probably couldn't comprehend what they look like.
Yeah.
My opinion. And I see that, on the Goetia right there, that deck, it's like people with wings. Which I'm like, I'm not opposed to like a human with wings on it. It's like, it's just I want something different again. I don't think that would look like that, but I know that there are like descriptions like, oh, this from the Goetia this demon looks like this, and this, and he looks like that or something like that. I want to say, but you know, either way, I'm not big on the demon decks either.
No, that makes sense. I guess I was looking again, for that balance, and because Spirit Keepers, which I have received, but it's in the US waiting for me. It has their angel sort of vibe. I was like, oh, maybe I can, because I want to do like sometimes like 2 decks for the readings, and I was like, maybe it would be a
Hmm.
good contrast. But then I was
Yeah,
like,
like
no,
yeah,
I don't.
I think yeah, the best way would be like as above so below type of idea going on there. The
Yeah,
angels from heaven and the demons from hell. And intermingling here on our plane. I could see that,
yeah, but no,
but
no.
no.
Okay, what about your next one, Zach?
What was the next one? I think this one might be on your list as well, which because it's again same artist. Let's get into it, but we're not just
Dun
again.
dun
We'll
dun.
just say I'm not sure if this deck is on your list or not, but the Santa Muerte Tarot. We're not gonna get. Let's not get too much into it because that would get into the representation, the cultural appropriation type
It
of idea.
is, and it is my next one.
Uh, we'll put it up on there. There we go. Do you have the Oracle on there too? I just feel like, just personally, again, we'll save a deeper discussion for it. Again, I feel like it's just a little bit appropriative and a little bit. It undermines the figure of the Santa Muerte. I don't work with that figure. I don't work with that deity, but I feel like it lessens her, and it just advertises on like, ooh, spooky, dark, creepy saint of death that Mexico worships and uses. It's like, and no, honestly, it's just a Dia de los Muertos Mexican tarot deck.
Yeah, so, um, yeah, I put this now right about the Goetia because it's the same artist. And many people know, for example, I really watch Kelly and I watch Tom Benjamin. And these are older decks, so they were like, no, we really like them and it's really good to work with. And I was like, I don't know what they were talking about. And they're just like, I guess it comes to, and we don't want to get a lot into that, but it comes to Zack, no, being from Mexican heritage, me being in Mexico, no, I think we sort of see this deck and it's like, no, this is not Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
and and just the
And it's like,
misnomer,
oh, what was that?
like Santa Muerte is a very, very strong dark goddess, a dark deity. Well, I wouldn't even say goddess because it's not clear if it's female or male. It goes beyond that. But it's very,
Yeah,
very strong energy. I will say dark
she
energy.
is.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm saying it's like intense. And these,
Yeah,
none of the depictions are reflecting that. They're just like happy skulls, which we do have, no? Day of the
yeah.
Dead is very festive, it's like making fun and very colorful, and the skeletons and everything. So maybe because they couldn't use Day of the Dead or Dia de Muertos, no, like Coco, that movie.
I
Um,
mean, I think they could have, honestly. They should have just called it a
I
Dia
don't know.
de los Muertos tarot because the worship of the Santa Muerte does, like her holiday does align up with Dia de los Muertos. I think it would have been better to rename it that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because going against this deity, I don't think it plays well for them, and I don't think it plays well for the devotees, no, that the deity has. I'm sure they
Hmm.
were upset. I don't mind the deck in general. I think it's like, yeah, it's kind of fun. It doesn't resonate both me because it also I think it's very cliche in many of the images. No, like the big
Yeah.
hat and sure it's like it's sort of cute and fun and I think I mean the our culture, no, Mexican culture is very very rich, and very very beautiful. But again, no, we don't want to go into that, and I don't think this is the deck to represent it.
Yeah.
But I understand it was different, it was fun, it was playful. I just think like if you have a Mexican heritage, it was a little offensive, and then I think that's why we don't like it.
Yeah. And I mean, should we? Well, no, we're gonna. This I kind of want to like give like, oh, instead you should look into this deck, for Mexican heritage tarot decks that I think are better. But well, maybe we'll save that for something else.
Yeah, for a deeper conversation. This is just like, well,
Yeah.
it's getting risky, because it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to say the things that you don't like, but I do want to create a space now to say this is what I don't like, and this is also fine to say.
Yeah. You see throughout TarotTube top 10 decks. Just recently it's come back, and I would kind of want to do this video response, but I don't know if I will. The 5 decks I can't live without. I really should do that. I actually should, because my top 5 decks I can't live without have changed. But
Yeah.
you see a lot of videos like that, like my top 10 tarot decks or top 10 best tarot decks for beginners. You don't hear, the worst tarot deck, because using tarot and using each deck, it's subjective.
Yes.
But yeah, but it's just more like top 10 decks I don't like. I think would be a better, more realistic, more accurate title to this type of, videos like this.
Yeah, the anti-holes.
Mm. Yeah, exactly.
Zach, you have a question from Tara Apple. She's asking, I want to know what deck. But Tara Apple, I don't know if you came in. I think we were talking about already the Santa Muerte Tarot, which is the one that you can see on the display. But I don't know if you were wondering about something Zach was saying.
She might have been because I was gonna like say like, oh, maybe this deck. I was gonna mention the Corazon Mexica.
Oh, Corazon Mexica. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mexica. There we go.
There we go.
The X is a sh.
Oh, what deck he recommends? Ooh.
Yeah, he's an artist. He that lives in Mexico right now. He no, born and raised in Mexico, but
He doesn't live in Mexico.
but yeah, he has an Etsy Corazon Mexica or whatever,
Yeah, I'm gonna show it.
Yeah, it's I think I can. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna show it on my screen. It has an Etsy shop. So for everyone, it's Corazon Mexica. And I think we should show this because this is a deck that it's not completed, but it has taken us by surprise in a very, very good way.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm trying to get a... Here we go. Here's his Tumblr. Here it's like the last image that he posted is the Ace of Cups that he made.
Yep.
There we go. And he doesn't just make like, he's not only making a tarot deck, he's like restoring a lot of worn out Aztec almanacs and all that. But it's like, yeah, again, and it is Rider-Waite-Smith, but again, it's different.
I think it's very, very well done, very well researched, very well explained. You can buy some of his artwork right now. So tarot is like this section. I think this is the full, no?
Does he have the full ready?
Oh no, this is the Knight of Staffs, sorry. The Knight of Staffs. And again, no, with the pronunciation names, we're gonna have a topic there, but I will do, or Zack and I will do this, Topiljahuacuisqui, to pronounce it correctly. So, we're super excited, no? It's not completed again, but it's looking
I think he's... I don't know how far he is. I think he has like one more suit to do. I don't know. I have to check.
Yeah. So just to mention that. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So going back.
Next,
I guess going
what's
back
your
to
next
you.
deck?
Well, I guess going back to you, because these were like the same for both of us. So.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. This kind of goes back again with kind of going back to the too sexy type of deck, but this is more like, what the fuck is going on in this deck, And this deck is just, I don't know. This is the Liberty Tarot, and this is by Los Carabeo. There's one card in it that like shows bestiality, which I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But
Liberty Tarot, sorry.
it is like, what was that?
No, I just wanna like Google it.
Oh yeah, it's
Sorry.
Let me see. Let me post it on here. Let's see.
Oh, but I won't be able to because I'm not there.
Tarot. That's how you spell it.
How you spell it?
It's
the Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, it's aka like the Book T Tarot, because it is based on the designs of Book T, and it's also based on the designs of the 36 deacons. I can't remember how you spell that, but of the astrological signs and all that, like Mars and Pisces and this and that, that you see in the Thoth Tarot and the Minor Arcana in the Thoth. Like here, you see Jupiter and Leo. I'm not sure if that, yeah, there we go. Jupiter and Leo and like the Six of Wands. So those decans have like a separate design or like symbol that shows like, I can't remember like specific ones, but it's like a man holding a club with a decapitated head or something like that. It's like a bunch of weird stuff like that, and it's also being depicted in that deck. But in it, I think that in like, I don't know whether it's the Ten of Cups or I don't know what card, but it's a woman with a donkey on top of her, and I'm like, no. Everything else looks amazing and cool, but that is just gross, and it's like, no, no, thank you. How can I use that?
So, Zack, am I looking at the Christie's here? Oh, Christy!
Oh, Queen of Shovels, mother.
So good to see you. It's been so long. Yay, I'm so happy. So, just one question, Zack. Is this the correct one that I'm showing on the screen? Because this is very thought-based.
Hold on. I haven't seen. I'm not looking at the live stream right now. Let me see here. Yeah, that's it right there. You see, it's like it's Thoth. It's straight up Thoth, but like the Minor Arcana is. And like I love the look of the art and everything, but it's like that, and that goes into that one card I don't like. I guess that's an exception to my rule. But yeah, it's like I don't know where you can see that one card. Like there is that. What is that right there? The Five of Cups. I think it shows two people fighting. But still, that's a decanic image. I think that's how you pronounce it. But if you look up walkthroughs, you'll see like in one of the cup cards, or I don't know what card, you'll see like a woman being, getting it on with a donkey, which I'm like, oh, what the hell?
That's wrong. So Christy's leaving, so thank you for stopping by. Bye, lovely. Have a good night.
Bye, Christy.
Okay, no, I mean, this is interesting, no? And again, no? Here, although you like the majority of the cards, there was one card who was like a no for you.
And it wasn't like, oh, it's ugly, I don't like. It's like it's showing something disgusting. And you rarely see that in tarot, where you see something so vulgar, so insulting, and so offensive.
Zack, we need to respect everyone. Well, I don't know if I can respect that, but I don't know.
Girl, that's bestiality. I can't respect that. That's not right. That poor donkey. That poor woman.
No, yeah, I guess. No, when you go into like zoophilia, what are we talking about? Like, why did you?
I'm just like, no.
Yeah,
But wait, maybe she's making those anthropomorphic animal.
No, stop it, Zack. No, and I think
I'm joking. I'm joking.
If we saw a deck that has pedophilia, like for sure we will not support it. No, that's wrong at all levels.
Yeah, there was this one. yeah, it kind of goes into this because it's like you have to realize that those images is for people that work with tarot is carrying that energy and that
Right.
the
No,
images
no.
reflect
And
back
you're totally
onto like
right.
what's being
The animals
yeah
don't give their consent, so it's wrong at all levels. It's like,
yeah
uh,
it's
yeah.
I think what it is like a play on like the reversal of like okay usually we ride on the animal so we can get to where we're going but it's not like the donkey's like riding on the back of the woman, the donkey's actually like doing it with the woman. It's so gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
That's
I don't know what the
it's a
creator was
no-no for me.
thinking.
It's a no-no for me. But there's another deck. It kind of falls into the same theme. Sorry if you hear my nephew crying in the background. Uh, but it's called. There was a serial killer tarot,
What?
and like all the yeah, and it was
I
and
don't
it
even
like
want to Google
showed
that.
yeah. It's like I love true crime. I love listening to My Favorite Murder and all that, but you know how do you that's like energy again the energy that you know you can't really work with that. You have these pictures of these serial killers on your tarot cards. How can you read that in a reading? As a collector's piece, I guess you can use it as like, you know, you won't use it, you just have it as for collecting purposes, but still as a tarot itself, it's no. Again, that lack of balance, you know. There's such a power disbalance in that deck. How can you
No.
use that?
Yeah, and also what we talk about, no, like the mirror, like you are seeing yourself in this card, so it will be like, are you seeing yourself as a serial killer? Like that is pretty extreme.
That is very
And
yeah.
and yeah, serial killers deserve tarot readings when they are in jail, please. Maybe I don't know, but I don't
I
want
don't
to
think
be a serial
so.
killer.
I don't think so. I
I
don't
don't
think a
want to be a serial
psychopath would get a
killer.
tarot reading.
They deserve for rehabilitation, Zach.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on, please. This is like a
Yeah.
very
It
tough
wasn't
topic.
successfully funded. Let me just say this. It was canceled, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was actually made. I think
So,
people like yeah.
okay, moving on. Oh, okay, okay. This one is good because I think we have different opinions here. So I put all
Oh, honey.
all Ciro Marchetti's decks. And we have confirmed that this creator is Italian, so the pronunciation is Ciro Marchetti.
Ciro Marchetti. There we go.
Yes.
So, let's make it a little offensive. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, Ciro Marchetti, right?
Ciro.
Ciro, ch in
Yes,
this
the
with that C.
CH. So so yeah, Tarapal is saying like she doesn't like his artwork either. He has many decks, and I mean I just put like I think four of the most popular, but he has a lot of decks. No, and I put this because you recently got it, and you actually got great readings from it, right, Zach? The Tarot Grand Lux.
Yeah, I was like always on the fence of like his decks because it's like I always heard he doesn't actually read tarot. I'm sure this is one of the reasons why you don't get his decks.
Yeah.
And also his artwork was almost like, and it does kind of give me that vibe of the Tarot Illuminati or the Tarot Apocalypsis. That artist, that artwork, it kind of
Right.
looks like that. Hello. And but here it's kind of like almost like more like Bohemian Gothic almost in that art style. You know, like it looks like a photograph, but it's I don't know. It's not too photographic, but it's like I don't know. It's an exception. This is like my Tarot Illuminati, like to other people's Tarot Illuminati, and
Yeah.
given that he doesn't actually read tarot, it still works pretty well. And I'm like, I can see why people like his decks, but this is the only deck that I have. I don't have any of his other decks, any of his oracles or his Kipper or Lenormand or anything like that. Which I mean, anyone can make a Lenormand. I feel just know the specs that are needed and all that. But anyways, that's something else. Though I'm rambling onto a different tangent. uh, but US Games did a wonderful job with this deck. The cardstock's amazing and all that. Anyways. I don't think I'll get any of his other decks. I think I'll just stick with this one. Call it a day. It's a great deck. And even then, it's like we're kind of like always saying like it needs to be different. It needs to look different. This is straight up just Rider Waite Smith. It's really not breaking any wheels, you know. It's not like it's not groundbreaking or anything, but it's like I don't know what it is. It just works for me. But I do agree, if you don't know how to read tarot, you shouldn't approach making a tarot deck by yourself.
Yeah, Chris was saying that he repeats his artwork and his face in some cards. I don't know actually. It has the little like not to the extreme as you said, Zach, but it has that little uncanny valley effect for me. That's a big no.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that
Yeah.
he doesn't. These are rumors, right? We don't know. I don't know for a fact, but there's a rumor that he doesn't know how to read tarot. That's a big problem for me as well. But I also have. I mean, I witnessed this in one of your lives. No, that deck read wonderful for you, and I also have a friend that adores his artwork style, and he's also a tarot reader, and he really likes it. So I guess I mean it works for some people for sure.
Yeah.
And Chris also says that his decks from his website are nicer than the mass market ones. FYI, if
Really?
anyone wants to check it out.
I mean, because I do know that the Tarot Grand Deluxe was originally an indie deck, but US Games picked it up for a mass market edition, and honestly, it comes in pretty good quality. It comes with the. I don't think I did a walkthrough of it. No, I didn't. I think I kept meaning to, but no, it comes in a nice box. And again, the booklet isn't that bad. I don't think so.
But did he write
Yeah,
it?
no,
No. Who wrote it? Who wrote it?
he wrote it. I think he wrote
it?
it. Yeah.
What?
I don't see any other name written on here. It's all Chiro Marchetti? Marchetti?
Marchetti.
It's all Chiro.
Maybe he has a ghost writer. No, I don't know. Again, no
maybe.
we're saying these are rumors. Maybe he actually reads
I mean,
tarot.
okay, here's the thing. Maybe, here's what it is. Maybe he knows the meaning of the cards and he knows how to read tarot, but he doesn't actually read tarot. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
just makes tarot decks.
Okay. So
Maybe. I don't know. Let's not dive too much into it, but yeah.
So next one is yours, Zach.
I don't know which other one I should talk about. I think we both have this one too on our list.
I think so.
I think so. I mean, and it kind of does touch on the same things as like the Santa Muerte, and this is but different too as well. But this is the El Goliath Tarot.
Oh yeah.
No, I think I should save this. I know. Let's save that one for later.
Okay. Okay,
let's go to
back to you.
let's go to Colette Baron-Reid decks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sort of like she just gives me the same vibe as Doreen Virtue.
So you also don't like Doreen Virtue decks?
No, I don't. And let's not mention her name too many times. Don't talk about her. Don't visit her website. Don't do anything. She just wants attention, and that is what she makes her money off of, honestly. So the less we talk about DV, we'll call her DV for short, the better, I feel. Okay. So, but anyways, Colette Baron-Reid, she does a ton of oracle. She made the good tarot. So took a bit of that caused quite a scandal there for some people.
Yeah. What was the bad tarot?
The what?
Like, if she made the good tarot, are all the other ones the bad tarot, or what was the bad tarot?
Yeah, that's the idea that people were like kind of saying. Like, yeah, it's like the lack of balance. I don't have any of it. I had one of her decks, was it the Wisdom of the Oracle? Maybe that's what it was called, but that was gifted to me. I think I passed it on to someone else, or I sold it, I think. But I don't have it anymore. I don't plan on getting any of her other decks. Again, kind of goes into cultural appropriation with some of her decks. I feel like she's very focused on publishing decks to make money, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of like, I don't know, money shadows. That's another topic that we can talk about within tarot and oracle. you know, all that stuff. Um, but with her decks, I just no, it's just too new agey. I feel, which could be another another theme here. New agey decks. Gaian Tarot kind of falls into that. Um, but yeah, her decks, I feel like she's just another Doring Virtue. Oh, I mean DV.
Breaking your own rules, Zach.
I know, I know. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Okay. I guess I just need to comment that I think I have one DV deck because it has. I think so because so when I started, collecting, quote unquote, I didn't know much
Uh-huh.
about the Tower World. That's actually how I got started in YouTube, which was actually in 2017 as well. Um,
Hmm.
so so I didn't know anything about her story, and I think she has a unicorn card that I really like because I like unicorns, but not the new, like the puffy, cute, purple rainbow ones. I like the
Hmm.
unicorns. Like there is a book that it's called Unicorn. Uh, I was sort of seeing if I have it on hand, but it's like Unicornis something like Latin, and it's
Uh-huh.
a green cover book. It's really love. I kind of like that aesthetic for unicorns, like more real, quote unquote, unicorns, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think hold on. I don't know if I no, I don't want to get that book. It's in tatters, it's falling apart. But the Spiderwick Chronicles, that book series kind of takes a more realistic approach to fairies and unicorns and dragons and all that. And they don't look beautiful or cute or anything like that. They look like kind of like how they would look in nature or something like that, you
Yeah.
know?
And I think there are people who. So this is actually going, I guess, a little bit into another subject, no? What
Hmm.
happens when you like the artwork of a person that you don't like? No, because sometimes, no, these people which become public figures go into these controversy topics, right? Same, no, what
Mm-hmm.
happened with CBR, no, we'll call her. I actually have the
Mm-hmm.
wisdom of the oracle again, no, before I knew anything about her. I
Uh-huh.
guess from watching Jen from the Taxidermy Witch, I guess at her channel. Well, yeah, she mentioned like she actually knows the artist that works for CBR,
Mm-hmm.
which I should name because which is Jenna something. But it's like she's never like fully like you. Oh, here we go. Jenna De la Grotaglia. Sorry. And no
Mm.
one mentions the artist, no, when she's actually creating all the artwork, which is the attractive part, no, of CBR decks, no. She writes them, sure, but the artwork is not hers, which is a big part. And it's not.
Yeah. Uh, Colette Baron reads the designer. She tells the artist, make it like this. So, yeah. She doesn't give credit to
To
to her
Jenna.
artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to the artist. Yeah, that's one of the scandals with her. But it might also be like a publishing thing as well. The publishers may not put her name on the front of
Yeah,
the
definitely.
box, which I think they should. They need to. It's like it undermines the work of the artist, and yeah. But even though it is a different artist, um, even though it's not Colette Baron Reed making the art herself, she is still commissioning that artwork, and she is still
Yeah,
putting
responsible.
herself into that deck.
Yeah, she's part of the creative process. No, she works with
Yeah.
Jenna. And after hearing all about the controversy, I was actually iffy about the deck. I haven't used it since, and I'm like,
Hmm.
it's hard to see it with the same eyes, no, because you know the story of the creator, and there are some things you cannot agree with. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't bother me to the point like, oh, I want to get rid of this right away. I definitely don't agree with a lot of things. No, the appropriation, like the lack of recognition for the artist.
Yeah.
Um, she has some beautiful cards in here. I do have to admit that. But then again, something it's like I don't know. And again, no, this happened a lot of in. I don't want to go a lot into there, but for example, Woody Allen, no? He has a ton of excellent movies, and then we learned all what happened, no, in Hollywood, and then it's like people don't want to see the movies, but it's like, but I cannot deny there are like great movies and that I really enjoyed them. Maybe I don't want to watch them again. And I think I saw someone, no, talking about the DV decks that I think she had them all, and she was like, you know what, I'm gonna separate the person from the product, no, from the creation,
Mm-hmm.
because this has worked for me. It has a beautiful part, no, of history in her life, and and I agree, no, like that shouldn't be ruined. No, it worked for you. It made you happy. Maybe you made money with that, no, selling those readings, and you still have
Yeah.
some attachment to those decks. And just because the creator, you find out that it's a shitty person, then like should like does that demise the artwork, or like, well, not the artwork, like the creation? I don't know. I don't know. It's a very, very
It,
complicated subject.
yeah, it kind of goes with, that's why I pulled out this deck here, the Thoth
The thought,
Tarot.
yes.
A lot of people, a lot of people don't like Crowley. I'm not a huge fan of Crowley either. I mean, he's fucking weird. um, but it's, but again, you see, I can separate Crowley from the work, even though he is the designer and he did like strictly like tell Lady Frida Harris to draw the cards like this. Uh, but I think it's different because one, the creators of this deck have now been long dead. But Colip Aaron Reed, if I were to get, or Dorian Virtue, if I were to get any of their decks, I would still be supporting the publishers that encourage those habits of not representing the artist, or encouraging those ideas that she had. Even though Dorian Virtue now doesn't get any revenue from, or royalties from her decks, uh, still it's like, it's still, she's still there. you know.
Definitely, yeah. I'm also catching up with chat as well. I'm trying again. When you do this, it's like you will see it's hard, You're like, we always,
Yeah.
when Chris is live, we're always like saying like, don't skip me, no, read everything in the chat, and it's actually really hard because you're trying to talk, you're trying to interact, you're actually, no, we are actually, Zack and I are talking to each other, and then it's like trying to keep up with the chat. And Aniki, I should said that, no, it's really, really difficult.
Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes maybe it's different. It's very, if you're very easily distracted like me, doing live chat, very different. Especially here. Even though I'm not on my own channel, I'm not really paying that much attention to the chat, but I'm still keeping an eye on it and still turning back to it sometimes. Um, but but anyways, maybe another topic to talk about, because yeah. Anyways,
Chris says like it's very hard, especially for old folks, no? Well, also for young ones. Like Zack, how old are you? Like
I'm
20 something.
I'm 23.
Zack is 23. I'm 31. It's hard for us as well. It has nothing to do with age. I don't think so. It's just a lot for the brain to handle. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
I guess we will move
Anyways.
on, right? Yeah, moving on.
Yeah. What's your next deck?
What's my next deck? That's like also like the controversy between creator and creation. It's well enough for another topic.
Yeah.
My next deck is, oh, I guess we can go into this one. I'll go last.
Oh, honey. Okay. Yeah. oh.
Oh, oh, this deck. First,
I mean, this kind of goes back into the creator and its creation.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
A lot of people said, because watching his YouTube videos, weren't really like, a fan of him. But it's like, he's just very like, this is how I view tarot. This is what I do. This is my opinions on it. He's just very forthcoming and very asshole-ish about it.
Yeah. I
But
just want to say beforehand, no, because one of my teachers used to say like, when you are gonna talk something bad, quote unquote, about some person, and you also have something good to say about that person, it's good that you first say the good things, because when you start with the bad, then kind of no one hears the good. So I just
hmm
want to point like the good thing, and I think you and I both agree on that. Some of the artwork in this deck is breathtaking. It's so beautiful. Like, we're not denying El Goliath,
he's
the creator,
he
is an
is
artist.
very talented. Look at that box. Look at that.
Well, I actually don't like the box, but
I love the box. I think that's so creepy and weird and it's just so well drawn. I can't draw that. I could never draw that. I couldn't draw that.
no, yes,
But what I
all the
don't
cards
what I
are.
don't like what I don't like about it is people. I think I think this could be like count into one category that I didn't add on here, and that's overrated tarot decks. And this one is definitely, I feel, overrated.
I also agree. I think part of this is Kelly's fault. I'm gonna call her on that. Because Kelly, you did like 2 videos loving this deck, and everyone was like, oh, we need to have this deck. And we sort of, it's hard, no? Because when you see someone that you deeply admire, like Kelly, like Tom Benjamin, like, I don't know, everyone else, no? Like Katie Flowers, all these people, no, that have channels, that have a lot of followers, and that have this passion, no, when making their videos, talking about decks and getting really excited about them. It's hard not to get caught up, no, in the same vibration, like, oh yes, they are totally right, and the deck is beautiful, and I'm drawn to it. But then I think it's hard, but we need to do it. No, we need to put our critical eye and say, like, okay, yes, this person is saying that the deck is gorgeous, but do I think it's gorgeous? Do I agree with that? Does it work for me? And I think I have to thank Holly from Cape Cod Creators on this one, because she talked about this card that maybe you can sort of see here, which is the Empress, which is a peacock. It's actually a male peacock. It's like, why is the Empress a male peacock? Like,
It's because that peacock identifies as a peafowl.
Zack, don't go there.
It's just the image. No, like the image is like you can't see that in an image. But anyways, again, another topic. Talking about gender representation. But
Gender representation.
moving on. Yeah, it's like you're showing a like you should have just shown a chicken.
I don't know.
You know, a hen. That actually, as simple as the animal is, it's not as beautiful and as elegant as
What not a female peacock?
yeah, why? Yeah, or a female peacock. But it's like a bird that is that mother feminine archetype or design. Because let me tell you right now, chickens, a hen may look gentle. Oh, it lays eggs. It's on mother.
They are super
No,
aggressive.
no, no. A guard dog? No, get a rooster and you'll be safe for the rest of your life.
I agree. Yeah, so what this says now, step away and have a think before buying. Definitely. And also, for example, you love the cover, and I even told you, I don't know if I didn't realize it or what, or I didn't pay much attention, but when I saw the chains, like, go to the nostrils, it freaked me out because I go into animal cruelty, and I'm like, no, you cannot put piercings on animals. No, again, an animal is not gonna tell me, stop it, it hurts. No, because humans.
No, it will. It will. It'll scream. It'll make noises. It'll make
Well, yeah, but
yeah.
like when a human gets a piercing, of course it hurts, but we are conscious of like how much pain can we tolerate, and the animal is like they don't have
a choice.
Yeah, and it also in general, and I will say this live, and it probably people will criticize me, but I need to say it. It gives me a dead animal vibe. Not all of the cards, but some of the cards give me that vibe, and there's nothing wrong if you are liking it or if you don't get that vibe. But for me, it gives me that vibe, and I'm like, I don't like it.
The full card definitely looks like that.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, the fool looks like someone just grabbed a dead rat by its tail and just threw it over a cliff.
Oh my god.
I can see that. Like they just flung it and someone just took a snapshot of its flying body. Like that's how it looks like to me. I can agree with that on some of the cards. Yeah. But I will say with like for me, animals wearing like jewelry or human things like that, I usually don't see them as like actual animals. Maybe possibly like deities appearing to us in a weird, unique way.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's not an actual animal. That's like a spirit of some sort appearing to you.
Yeah, like a
But
deity.
but but here it's not explained as that. It's shown as like, oh, connecting with nature. Talks about shamanism, which again, another topic.
And just to mention again, we do have a problem, well, with the Arabic font. Just to mention it.
Oh, I've said it before on my channel. Just it's not Arabic. It's a font, and that's if there's
Yeah.
anything that is extremely appropriative of this deck, it's that font. That is cultural appropriation right there.
Okay. I guess moving
Anyways.
on. Moving on.
Moving on.
We're
Moving
both
on.
getting
Moving
to
on.
that tunnel.
Moving on.
It's like too deep. What about you, Zack?
Oh my gosh, where did my paper go? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, my paper.
Okay, I think someone mentioned they mentioned earlier in the chat. I saw this deck of the bastard, and that's Tarot by 7, and that's it kind of goes along with like, well, no, I don't want to throw in. Oh, I don't know how to. No, we'll stick to Tarot by 7 decks. She gets images and she stretches them to fit the cards, and the images look very stretched out. And a lot of people rave and love her decks, and I'm just like, girl, she just stretched out her images, plastered them onto makeplayingcards.com, printed them out, and she's selling them for like, how much is she selling them for? They're really expensive. They're really not that cheap from Make Playing Cards.
I don't know.
Like, and it's like,
just another
and it's
in
like,
the 2-hour mark, and people are saying like, yeah, welcome to the 24-hour live chat.
we said, oh, it'll be an hour 30 minutes.
And it's like 2 hours. Well, you
Yeah.
make long live chats. We do have to admit that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But it's like we're staying focused on the topic. I mean,
We are. Maybe we should have split into 2 parts. I guess we didn't time it. Like,
yeah.
how long is it gonna take?
Oh.
I think. I just wanna Google Tarot by 7. Just
Yeah,
to...
I think she made Deck of the Bastard. She made also La
Oh.
Busca deck, but she like moved around some of the cards and edited them so that they better fit the Rider-Waite Smith. But again, it's the stretching. It's the it's she doesn't really fit the cards well.
Oh yeah,
into it.
Deck of the Bastard, and that was really expensive. I remember.
Yeah, it's like combining the Atea and the
minors
and
of the Rider-Waite Smith with
Yeah.
4 cards from another one, and the majors from a Taylor, right? Yeah.
yeah.
And
Which
so you
I'm
can
like, I like the
customize deck.
idea.
No, you can
What's
customize
that?
the deck. You can customize the deck, and it becomes really, really expensive. Yeah, she has the fluffy bunny. Mm-hmm.
I do like that though, where you can customize it and make it your own, and I like the idea of it. All the like, but I would use other like, I don't know, different. Which I mean, you can make could you make your own for your own personal use? Just don't print it out and sell them. But those are public domain images, so, Anyways.
Yeah, like.
I feel like it's very, just for a quick buck, she's making these decks.
Well, we know that. I know Christy loves this deck.
I know.
But it's definitely very expensive.
Yeah, it's like, and it comes back to kind of, maybe this might be the theme of it, like decks that are overpriced. Why am I going to pay this much for a deck when I can pay the same amount and get way more and better quality for this other deck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the Mesquite Tarot, that was $45.
Oh yeah,
it came with a guidebook, a good sized guidebook,
totally
and it came with a small little bag and a sticker. Not a lot of people put that out there, but again, this kind of goes into, how much did the artist and the creators actually make from this deck, for such a low cost. I'm now like taking that into consideration now when I buy a deck.
Yeah.
Or starting to.
Yeah, Chris is also saying, that too much for the quality. They are like too expensive for the quality, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, and Chris also mentioned, that what does El Goliath mean? I guess we can talk about
Girl.
David and the Goliath. No, it's from the biblical name, right?
Okay, so okay, first of all, El, that's just him trying to be
Oh
fancy
yeah,
using the Spanish word for the. Okay.
yeah,
Nothing deep in that. It's not like the Mary L, where L there in that deck is used for one of the names of God.
yeah. The
This is
angels,
used
no?
as this is used as a what would the grammatical term for the be? It's not a verb, it's not a noun, it's a
Article,
there we go, yeah.
article.
That's what it is. Yeah, article. Um and
Yeah, when you
Goliath,
say
just
like, oh yeah, can you
Goliath.
pass
It's
me
just
the
the
chair? No, that's
the
the.
what?
When you say like, oh, can you pass me the chair or like the glass? That's the, and when he's saying that in Spanish, and then you're saying the El Goliath, you were saying, it's like a repetition or alliteration, and he's making himself too important, no? Like I'm the only one Goliath.
Yeah, it's kind of like let's say this. If I were to say it how he was pronouncing it,
Yeah.
how what he's actually saying is like let's say he said L Tower. This isn't the L Tower. What you're literally saying is the Tower card. It sounds dumb.
But it's also like the difference, no, between the like specific articles with versus non-specific. When you say like, oh yeah, that's a glass on the shelf, and when you say like that's the glass on the shelf, like you are making that the glass no more important. You're saying like this
Mm-hmm.
specific glass, no, the one and only, the unique. And I think he
Mm-hmm.
also had that ego problem, which Holly also pointed out now that his guidebook was horrible printed, like super small, and it had the word I like over 50 times or something, and it was just like, really?
Yeah.
How many more times can you write I in a sentence?
Yeah. I'm well because a little promo here, a little shameless promo here. Working on beginner Rider Waite Smith series, writing out, pretty much everything on it. I do put in a lot of eyes, and I feel like this, how I approach this, yeah, I put a lot of eyes in there, but I know I'm thinking about that. I'm like, I'm putting myself too much into this. I need to cut myself out of this. I need to re-edit this so that it's not, you know, my opinion when I'm not specifically saying it's my opinion,
Yeah. Very hard
Yeah,
for an
it's like
Aries, by the way.
that's why I'm like it's in its rough draft right now, but it's gonna be re-edited. Which that's one of the things.
Yay!
The book
Nice.
wasn't edited, which, you know, hiring an editor does cost more money, but it's like that's the cost of making a deck.
Yep. Chris says unrelated, but I'm glad I bought this deck since it led me to printing my own decks and making playing cards. Good. Yes. Now you can print your own for only like $7, which is what it costs. I'm sure making playing cards is still making money out of those $7. So just saying.
Yeah, they're probably yeah.
So I guess which turn? Like it's my turn, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I really want to talk about this one. This
Oh
low
girl,
tarot.
I don't know about this deck. I don't know anything about it. I don't hate it. I don't see anything wrong with it, but I do know that there are some people that have problems with this deck.
Yes.
Explain, please.
So again, no, this is a tarot that it's been popping out in my feed a lot. No, a lot of people are like showing it, loving it, and I do have to say, no, that Dustin did a walkthrough and he mentioned like the Kickstarter campaign was flawless, super fast. Like he was so pleased with the campaign. So kudos for that. No, because it's not easy. Many artists, many creators underestimate the complication, the process, no, the all that it takes, no, creating a tarot, like a tarot and oracle deck and putting it, no, out there for the world. So just kudos for creating that in a super easy, seamless process. I do have to say that I love the aces. So the aces are the only four cards borderless. No, everything is bordered, but the four aces are borderless, and I love, adore this Ace of Swords. I adored it. No, the hummingbirds, the roses, the sword, and all the other ones I think are really gorgeous. I do like also, like, for example, I don't mind that it has borders and the borders are colors, no? So you have the blue, like the dark navy blue, this dark like reddish, no? Like this gold, brownish, gray, and red, no? For each of the suits, and I think it's blackish for the major. The backs I don't love, but I think they are okay. This is like the box, and Lacey Bryant is the creator. But there is one card which Lisa mentioned, and I think it's also a big problem. So this is a devil card, and it got switched for temptation, but it depicts like probably the only overweight, fat woman in the deck. And because I also empathize a lot now with body acceptance and body positivity, I think it's very discriminatory, for the devil to be the only fat woman. So that's a big problem for me. And there is also like other court cards which like the faces I really don't like, but that's more like a personal thing. Like the artwork in the court cards, like for the people, it doesn't resonate with me. But I mean, this one was like a major like, what's that? Like your social justice thing comes out, and you're like, no.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I see it now. I see it now. I see what you mean now about temptation. It goes into the idea uh of gluttony, and it just
exactly.
depicts like it gives the idea of, oh, all fat people just eat so much and they don't know how to moderate how to eat, and they just eat and overindulge. It's like, no, that's not how it is. It's yeah, losing weight and dealing with weight issues, it's way more complicated than that.
Yeah. Why is it called a slow tarot? I think the Kickstarter campaign does explain it. I think they're trying to do like sort of move on from the fast pace, something like that. I'm not sure, but you can look it in
uh
the Kickstarter and
if
yeah.
if I remember correctly, I think on one of the walkthroughs or something, someone said it's like, oh, the slow tarot is about taking a pause, taking your time, taking things slowly.
Right.
That's, I think, the take on it. I guess I get it, but yeah, I don't know. It does. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Pineapple says like the Empress isn't thin though, but she's creepy, but she looks super sad. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I just something in this deck make me say like no. I mean the aces, gosh, just the aces. But again, no, this was like I'm not gonna get the deck just for the aces.
Yeah, the art looks really nice. I will say, it's again same thing. It's like beautiful artwork, but
Yep.
I don't know, something about it. I'm not big on it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of the
It's
the art, yeah, the faces I didn't like, and I think I also told you something about the card cards also felt like too modern for me that I didn't like. Like it sort of feels like old artwork, but representing modern, like that sort of clash for me as well. But I do
the
agree, like
awkwardly
the
modern.
technique is, like if they painted this now in like oleum or something like that, I agree. No, the technique is very very well done.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was another no for me.
Let's see.
Terrible says
I
that the
think
pages are really good. Okay.
let's see. What's the next one? Which, I mean, I kind of covered all of them.
Yeah, you're done. I think we're almost done on my side as well. So
Yeah.
we can wrap this up.
Uh, Let me just throw in there as the last one as a goodbye. I don't like the Deviant Moon Tarot. There we go.
Okay,
That's it.
good one. Oh no, we actually need to add one more that you don't like, Zach. The deck
Huh?
that you
Which
won't
one?
even name.
Which one?
A deck that you wouldn't even name, that you were like, I don't know the name, I don't see it in the screen. It's like the job. No?
I don't. No, no. I don't know.
Exactly,
I
you
don't know
don't
what you're
even know
talking
the
about.
deck.
No, no. It's out of print, isn't it? Right? If you're talking about the deck that you might be talking about,
Yeah, it's
if
out
it
of
even
print.
exists.
It's out of print. Okay.
It should stay that way. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I really like some of the art in some of that in that deck. I will say, but it's just there again. That goes into another thing. Cards in the Rider Waite Smith that look like other cards in the Rider Waite Smith because the people don't know how to depict the look of it. They're trying to make it look different, but in the end, it looks like another card when it's really not that card. It looks like something else. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, and people are saying like it's being reprinted, the Japarade. Well, we also don't know how to pronounce. No, the artist is Nino Japari. She's French, so some people say Japaritze, Japaritze, Japaritzi. I
The,
think it would be
there's
like
some.
Japari or
I
Hapari.
know.
We don't know.
I know Japper Ridge. Japper Ridge is one of them, like ridge, like bridge.
I don't know.
But I don't like that. I'm not. That's one I like, kind of like defer to sometimes. But I want to figure out like the actual way to pronounce it.
So on these two decks that you mentioned, like the Japari, I actually made like a little video on it. I adore it. There are some cards that I really don't like for example the War card, no, for the Emperor. Yeah, that was like a really lame one.
Yeah, that's one that I think. Okay, here's the thing, because a lot of the ideas that go with like, oh, the emperor is associated with war, is because the emperor is associated to the sign of Aries, and Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, and Mars is associated to the tower, and Mars is the god of war, and the tower is a better card for war. The emperor knows how to get in control of the tower and to control that destruction and that chaos, and knows how to direct it to where it is needed. So to depict the emperor as just war is a miscalculation and is a misdepiction, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I think it speaks now to society's problem in general with the emperor, no, being because we live in a very how do we say this in English?
Patriarchal
society.
Which I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. But it's
so
like that's
people,
not.
Yeah, many people struggle with the archetype because the emperor finally is a kind of father that is needed.
Mm-hmm.
As some women struggle, or people in general know struggle with the empress always showing a baby or always being pregnant, no? Which is
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of that as well. And also the Deviant Moon, I will say that I don't like. I think the only deck from Patrick Valencia that I have is the Deviant Moon. I have the guidebook, and it's it's a huge guidebook, and I adore it, and I got it at a really good price, so that makes me happy because it's an expensive book. It's like
that
huge book.
that
What?
Yeah, that book though, that's not just about the Deviant Moon, it's also
No.
like his journey with art though, right?
Exactly. And I think Patrick Valencia is amazing. I do enjoy very, very much the Deviant Moon. I do.
Mm-hmm. The only decks I would like consider getting are his Marseille decks. Those look really nice. I really like the look of those.
I don't like those. I think they were like too out there. I think it's like, no, that's pushing it too far for me. The mischief, no, and the playing cards, and yeah, he's
I do like that when people talk about the what's it called, that one, his fortune telling deck, the small
Mildred
one.
Payne. The Mildred Payne.
The what?
Mildred Payne Oracle.
I can't remember. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Mildred Payne.
Oh, Mildred Payne. There we go. Thank you. I couldn't hear you over through the phone.
Oh my god, Mildred Payne.
Mildred Payne. There we go. Yeah, I was like, oh wait, I almost got it. It was like on the tip of my tongue, and it's like, yeah. But anyways, yeah, that one. Oh, there it is on the slip to trap.
Yeah.
Chris, he helped there.
Thank you.
Like the world building around that, I love that too. I love the world building around that. Like Carnival at the End of the World does that too. What are your thoughts on the Carnival at the End of the World? Anthropomorphic too?
Well, I actually didn't get that, and I was fine with it. But then the creators put out the Poker Drowning World, and I couldn't resist that one. Like it's a playing card deck that it tells a story about the drowning world. And they were selling the Carnival at the End of the World with that one, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. And it has a narwhal. It has narwhals. I've seen that my two weaknesses are if you have narwhals and if you have, which is the other one? I don't even know now.
I can't remember.
I see narwhals in a card, it's like, oh, I need to get it because it has a narwhal. I think hummingbirds. No, but hummingbirds, I'm not so. I mean, I can resist hummingbirds.
So you have the Carnival at the End of the World and the poker deck coming in?
Yes, they will come in, like by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chris gets me. Narwhal equals unicorn of the sea. And we could even say the hummingbird is like the unicorn of the air. So I'm really into unicorns.
The hummingbird is the knight of swords of the sky. Or the dragonfly would be, I would say.
Well, also dragonflies, yeah. But there is another animal that I see and I'm like, oh, I need to have it. But narwhals is one for sure, and I cannot remember the other one. Like,
It must not be that important.
I guess so. I guess not. I also have some problems now with decks that have too much white space, and I think I will mention that wrapping up. Oops, sorry, it's like you were showing cards.
Oh, there's a bunch of white space.
Yeah, there's a bunch of white space.
In this PowerPoint, it's over.
Okay, I have missing some. I think. Okay, I'm gonna skip this so we can wrap up.
Blasphemy! Oh my gosh, Rider Waite Smith clones are on my list too.
I'm gonna skip those and mention them in another anti because I don't want
Blood Moon and the Brady Tarot.
No. This is what I want to mention. A special category. No, it's like decks that I decided to pass on for now, but are still on my wish list. So I have the Blood Moon Tarot, which I absolutely recommend. I think the artwork is gorgeous, but Sam Way hasn't finished it. The Brady Tarot, which I'm eagerly waiting for the second edition, but apparently the first edition is not going out. I don't know, like, finish selling it. So
I think they're on the very last few of the Brady Tarot, the first edition.
Yeah, please.
Which I'm gonna get the second edition. I think this artwork is so cramped. This is the problem with borders.
Yeah.
You know.
And
it could have just used without the white border.
The block thing.
The wood block, yeah.
Yeah, the wood blocks. And I also have a problem with the keyboards, but I'll give it a try because I do think Rachel Pollack writing the book and the animal, and it sort of triggers like Mesoamerican roots, so I really like that.
It's definitely not just, Native American, but it's also just the continent of America itself, and it's like from South America up to North America as well.
Right. And the other one is the Naked Heart, no? Which this goes into the white space, no? I love animal decks, and I love how she did the court cards, like how they're like a family. They're like so beautiful.
Yeah.
But I do have it's like too much white space. But people keep saying, that this reads beautiful. Oh yeah, I remember. The other thing that I'm a sucker for, koi fish. If I see koi fish, I'm like, oh, like koi fish.
I feel like fish are underrepresented in tarot, I feel.
Well, koi fish are so beautiful. And I remember because here you can see the betta fish.
Yeah, like beta. Yeah, that's why I liked also the wooden tarot. I don't have it with me at the moment, but I have it. But it's like there's a beta fish in that deck too. But it's like the large flowing fins and the beautiful like scale colors and all that. There could be a fish tarot, but it's like, or a fish oracle. I don't know, but
there could be a fish
not with
tarot.
just like. Yeah, it's just there's so many different breeds and types of fish that you can look at and like that you can choose from nowadays. And see what the
this. A one theme deck? I don't know.
Huh?
Wouldn't that be a one theme deck?
That would be. That's why I'm hesitant to mention it. But it's like they're like I don't know. I feel like fish are underrepresented.
As insects are. We also talk about that though.
Oh yes. Insects are highly underrepresented.
Again, Chris is also saying insects are underrated. Actually, Zack, you were gonna create an insect tarot deck, right?
It's an idea.
Flor has never heard of narwhals. Why? Zack, just like in the meantime, while I'll pull the final slide here, can you pull the narwhal card so Flor can see it from the carnival at the end of the world? Also,
I don't think this one has narwhal in it. Let me find it.
Because
I don't.
I think it's the 10 of Cups, I think. Because also the Children of Letha has a narwhal.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try and find it. Oh, look, a fish.
Oh, we also need to talk about this. Okay, I'm gonna go to the last and then go back to the other one.
I'm gonna still keep looking for this narwhal that is apparently in here.
Yeah. So I put also, no, just like as a final deck, like any other decks I might have forgotten about or we might have, and I put like clearly forgotten because they are so disliked. But I think we want to keep doing, you know, maybe individual, maybe join, but keep doing anti-holes because, yeah, there are a lot of decks that we don't like as well.
I didn't see one unless I was just going too fast flipping through them. I think it's in the poker deck where there's a narwhal. I don't remember seeing one.
I swear to God, there is a narwhal in Carnival at the End of the World.
Someone look at my walkthrough of this deck and tell me where this narwhal is. the hidden narwhal. That's a book title right there.
Okay. And also I put this because we wanted to talk about this, the Heartcrafted Tarot.
Oh, girl. I'm gonna have to use it like an oracle.
Well, I guess we will mention this now so we can actually talk about it. But just to say, like, this tarot, it's beautiful. Beautiful for sure. I actually have it. No, I put this here. No, not part of the anti-haul. I actually have it and adore it. But Zack and I wanted to talk about because this again was like super popular and everyone was like grabbing it and then people were like getting disappointed by it. So just as like fair warning, I think it's like each card is too rich that many people are actually deciding to read it more like one card oracle type than just like a tarot in a spread or something, because you're putting all the information, no, about the plant being represented in the cards, which I think it's like a ton of information, but everything constructed now, how they constructed the court cards, the aces to the tens, the majors. I think it's very, very well researched, very, very well put together. The artwork is beautiful, and it's a unique deck for sure, no? Because
I was gonna say that, yeah, it's super unique, but
yeah,
it's so unique I feel kind of restrictive.
a little,
but still,
a little bit.
But still, it's unique. Which should we get into the pronunciations of the courts?
Yeah. So Hermit of the Moon is saying, I think the top released Orients deck has fish and insects in it from what I've seen. It's an animal themed deck. Yeah, there are definitely decks with insects
yes, the Orions deck. That's an animal deck I'm excited for, and I can't wait for all the artwork is done for the Orion's Tarot. All the line work, everything, it's done. The Justice card is gorgeous. Hold on, I gotta link the Tumblr.
And Chris is asking, so the theme was anti-hole? Yes, the theme was anti-hole in case there is any questions. I will put the remaining slides in another one in my number 2, but yeah, the theme was anti-hole. Decks you don't like, didn't buy, or move on from.
Yeah, this isn't an anti-hall here deck here, but this is one. I think it's so it's like a neon type of like, I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it. I've shown it to you, right? The Orion's Tarot. Why is my thing not working? Come on, Google, work with me here.
So which deck are you showing right now? Oh, the Herb Crafters.
Yeah, this is the Herb Crafters. But meanwhile, that's loading or doing whatever the hell it's doing. I was gonna say, do you want to talk about how to pronounce the names on this? Or do you want to save that for a different video? It's kind of like just shoved in there randomly. We should save it for another video.
We can do it. No, it's Hijas. Please,
yeah,
people don't say Hijas
yeah.
or Hijas or Hijas. In Spanish,
Hijas.
H is silent, so you say hijas, which is daughters. What's the other? Adelitas? Yeah, Adelitas.
What's
or
the other
warriors,
one?
Or the knights?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Madre? I think Madre
Adelita,
is pretty straightforward.
Madre, yeah. The mother, yeah.
Mothers.
Curandera, that's...
Curanderas.
Curandera is like healer, you know?
Healers.
Which, in the translations to English, is healer. That's a very gender-neutral term. But in Spanish, curandera is in the feminine context
Yep.
connotation, or what would it be? Conjugation. All of them are when it's
Connotation.
like madre. Yeah. Is there an is there an Adelito?
No, actually, well, I actually want to talk about this. No, Adelitas were in the time of the revolution, no, in Mexico. You know, like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there was a lot of discrimination as well, no? So the men were going to the war, but there were like a lot of women that were helping those men, no, in the war, in the revolution, and those
Mm-hmm.
are called Adelitas, no? That's why you have them as the warriors, because these women were fighting in the war.
Yeah.
So, yep. There's a
Let's see.
song
I want
that
to.
everyone learns, like Adelita. I'm not gonna sing it, but yeah. Now I remember like how we made
What's
Chris like sing,
interesting?
and I'm like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna sing.
We might have to throw this deck into the appropriation type of thing here,
This
because
thing
it does
deserves
remove
a video
it
on its
does
own.
it does remove that history that you just said from from the description of the Adelitas, which does call them warriors, but it doesn't tell about like the revolution, and it doesn't talk about anything like that.
Well,
It
but
just
it
says the
doesn't go into that, which it's not a problem for me.
which I think they kept it neutral so that it could be more open and well
Yeah.
and like but it's like it's if you're going to use Spanish words and you're going to use Spanish terms and take uh you know use its give its history proper justice, I guess.
Yeah, but I think, well, they definitely want to pack a lot of information, so maybe they had something and they got edited. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like I said, again, kind of taking the more like anyone can use this. I
Mhm.
think that might be what it. But again, that's appropriation, honey.
That's another topic.
Yeah, another
So,
topic. Another topic.
how can you not? I need to show the narwhal. I swear,
Ha-
Carnival at the end of the world has a narwhal.
I didn't see it when I flipped through it. I would have spotted it unless I'm not like looking at it right.
I don't
Unless
have
it's
this deck and
somewhere.
I know it has a narwhal. People in chat, please support me that there's a narwhal.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure there is one somewhere. I'm just trying to find it.
Uh,
Because there's a lot of like I'm like the narwhal horn. Oh, girl, it's right there.
I'm telling you.
It's right there. Look at it.
It's too close to the camera, Zack.
It's right there. Don't you see it?
I see it.
That's it. I wanted to see the little head. I wanted to see the head, not just the horn.
That's a narwhal there.
It's just a narwhal horn, though.
But there's a narwhal.
This is narwhal erasure right here.
I don't know. I think I remember them maybe a little different. Which is the Queen of
I
Cups?
maybe let me see.
I'm like, are you showing this correctly? Uh,
Yeah, it's the Queen of Cups. It's just the narwhal horn. I feel like I remember seeing the head, like more of the narwhal itself, not just the horn.
yeah, I think so too. In one of the cups for sure.
Maybe it's a Mandela effect.
No, I still have all the decks like we're not so far. How do you spell that name? What name, Grace? I don't know. Yeah, Terrible says, well, yeah, Herb Crafters is beautiful.
It's so well drawn. I love the look of it. It has that still life type of look to like this is the home of, an herb crafter that you're looking at.
Narwhals
This is
don't
their work
exist?
table.
Narwhals
I
do
love that.
exist. Narwhals are real.
Huh?
Chris says that narwhals don't exist. They do. They are real.
Honestly, by now, I highly doubt they do exist.
Okay, but maybe they are extinct now, but they were real.
Okay, here's the thing. I've heard, oh, they're extinct. Growing up, I was, obsessed with animals. Getting a bunch of animal books, watching all those animal documentaries on Animal Planet. Every time I always heard, narwhals are extinct. Or maybe I misheard and, they were saying they're really close to extinction. But they're not. They're still around.
Yeah, I think so. Don't break your heart. Yes, don't break my heart. They are real.
Yeah, they're.
Not in the deck. Okay, yeah, in the deck we saw a narwhal horn, and I'm sure there isn't like I think in the cup sack. You're not looking at. I will
I'm
watch.
gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it and then share. But first of all, found Ambisun or Orion's Tarot.
Oh
So
yeah.
gonna link again another Tumblr onto here. Uh,
Yeah, thank you, Hermit of the Moon, for that. The Orion Tarot. It's just that I
it's
don't
another
have Jack
animal
here.
deck. There's like 2 animal decks in the works that are indie. Oh, what's this?
They look really nice.
Oh, this is a book cover that they just posted.
This looks really nice.
Hold on. That's just the book. Hold on. I'm sorry. I freaking Google is sending me the wrong links here.
Oh, it looks really nice. Oh yeah, in
Let me
Tumblr.
see if it'll. There we go. Okay, this is probably the right link here. Oh wait. Wait a second. What? Is the Kickstarter up? The Kickstarter's up. Oh my gosh. We're all like running now. Hold on. Let me share this.
Like,
let me share this
we're
first.
ending the live stream because we need to back a deck right now.
Yeah, I'm showing it. Here we go. There's the right link. Let me remove that other link that I just posted.
Oh, there is a Orion Tarot deck. Let's leave the trap that we're excited about it because it has insects and fish.
Yeah, it has like seahorses, like not just seahorses, they're called sea dragons, and they look like kelp.
Oh, they are awesome. I used to have like a bunch of images of sea dragons.
Yeah, look at that justice card. It's an owl sitting upon scales, and the sword is right there. That's so simple, you know.
Like,
look at a lionfish for the tower.
It says leave the trap. It's empty hole, but we're buying right now.
The Hierophant is a ram, and then the 7 of Wands. I love the 7 of Wands. That is it's called a sea bear, but I'm not sure what else it's called. But they're like super resilient. Like they can survive in extreme heat, like in magma or lava, and like in extreme cold, and also like survive radiation.
Oh, the lovers are. Oh yeah, the dragon horses. Oh, they're so cute.
But yeah, they're the Kickstarter. Girl, I didn't know the Kickstarter was up.
Okay, guys, we're leaving to get a deck. Like the end of the article is like get a deck.
Yeah.
That you do like.
After this I'm gonna post the Kickstarter to all the Facebook groups.
I don't think the lowers are seahorses. That's what Zack was saying. No, they are like dragon horses.
They're called sea dragons. I think is what they're called.
There we go, like dragon horses.
Yeah, dragon horses.
All right. Sea dragons, yes. That they look like kelp. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but now we're not talking about what this live stream's about.
No.
Should we end it here?
Well, I guess we can just pull a card, no? Because we were, I think just.
Oh yeah, we wanted to do readings, but we just talked about decks we didn't like.
And I think this is long enough, so I think if you can just pull a card and we'll give a message, no? With one of the decks I don't like. What about the Grand Looks? Something you have in hand?
What? Oh, I was gonna use the Intuitive Tarot, but sure. You know what? Yeah, I haven't used it that much, but I like what it's been. I like what from the little that I've used it. I like what it's done. But anyways, what deck are you gonna do a reading or no?
I think I'm gonna read the same card that you read. Something. It doesn't because I wouldn't know how to flip the camera or like stop sharing my screen. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see.
Oh, the mouse. Full screen. Thank you for showing it, Theory. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, so this is the message.
Oh, look at that. Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Lovers.
Very interesting.
Very lots of like pretty opposite. I mean,
No.
extreme fire, fire of fire with earth of water, if you want to look at that. But with the Lovers, it's kind of like they may be opposite, but they're coming together. Conflicting ideas. Kind of like how we were talking in this live stream. Like, there were decks that you loved and liked, and there were decks that I didn't, and vice versa.
But I love how it also talks about balance, no? The fire with the water, like the more experienced energy with the more naive, intuitive energy. And then the Lovers, no? Coming together, these two energies.
The Lovers is definitely those opposite energies coming, working together and finding, like, working through the differences, but still finding those similarities between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, this is a Ciro Marchetti's deck, the Grand Lux Tarot.
This one. This is Lucy's favorite. I'm gonna make her get it.
No!
Like, never.
It reads well, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised it reads well. I was like, I went on a whim with this one. Also, that's another thing that's underrepresented. Coral in tarot. Here, it's like a sea anemone or something here in the Page of Cups.
Underrepresented what?
Coral or sea, like
coral, okay.
anemones, and like, that type of that. The ocean is full of so many different creatures that, you can't fit all of them in the deck, but people just keep it simple.
Yeah. So Amber Moon Priestess and Hermit of the Moon say that we should do more lives together.
I haven't done a joint live stream in forever. Which.
Yeah, what's up with that?
This needs to be. It's just. I just haven't had the time. We'll just say that. But yeah, we should make this a more common thing. I mean, I won't be. From what I've seen from my setup, I don't think I'll be able to host a joint live stream. Hopefully in the future. Hopefully soon.
You don't want to.
I don't want to use my computer. I hate using my computer. Okay. I kept the internet on my computer kept dropping out. I can't use my computer for live streaming.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, is this Kickstarter live? Anyways, that's it for today.
We need to let Zack go. Check the Kickstarter. Or the
hold on.
video.
Yeah, I should find the Kickstarter first and actually link that.
This is the anti-haul. You cannot link something for them to buy.
It's the balance. It's the counterbalance. We said decks that we're not going to get. Now if we just leave it off, let's just make a deck. Let's put a deck that we are going to get.
Lovely to see everyone else here too. Yeah, thank you so much everyone who was in chat. Sorry if we missed some of the comments. Again, it's really hard to read all the comments and interact with another person as well. But thank you for joining. Chris, D, Flor, Hermit of the Moon, Amber Moon Priestess, Tarapple, everyone who joined. I'm sorry if I'm missing someone. I'm just trying to scroll through the chat to see all the names. But yeah, D, Hermit, Chris, Christy, who joined like for a quick 2 minutes, but it was lovely. Sapphire Hands, thank you. And yeah,
I don't think the Kickstarter's live yet.
There you go.
Yeah, or I'm not looking right. Anyways, yeah. Again, it was fun.
I do want
we should make this.
If they can leave us in the comments the decks that they don't like, So if you have like a dislike, like I don't like this deck or these decks, So do let us know, because I think we need more anti-hauls. Will this be rewatchable later? Absolutely. Yeah, we're keeping the stream. We're definitely keeping it.
Yeah.
So
we should make this. Is this going to be a regular thing?
Yeah, it should.
Just live. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say. This is my channel.
Just say ciao. I don't
Yeah,
even know
bye
how to
everyone.
stop it, but I'll try. Now watch me try to stop the live stream. But ciao, kisses. Thanks everyone. Have a lovely week. Now, day, night, whatever. But just for the whole week. And see you in the next one. Bye, lovelies.
Bye.
And let me try to stop this.
There should be like an X. Oh, there we go. Did you get it?
I don't know.
Oh. Let me check. I'm like, wait.